Welcome to patrons only game. We're going to be trying out Power Rangers role playing game. Um, so, um, this specific narrative, you are a group of teenagers who have been zapped away from your lives, whatever you were doing, and brought to this strange and alien facility. You've been given powers, and if you've watched the first episode of Power Rangers, you kind of have an understanding as to how that goes. Alpha 5 has initiated you in your training process. You've gone over the basics. You have a very moderate understanding of your abilities while you are morphin. And you also have an understanding of how that kind of switch works. And I think you, as players, have an understanding as to how that works in the game, right?
I think you just clicked the thing here on your character sheet.
Right. Yes. Right. You hit yes. Correct. Perfect.
But you have to say the words or it doesn't work.
Yep. And God, so I never got the actual like sound effect file, so this is going to be a quieter session than I was hoping. But I will try with my mouth to make the sound effects. But
Just so many electric guitar licks.
electronic guitar lick, lightning around only your head while your head is inside of your belt buckle, and you're yelling an animal of prehistoric nature's name out. That's also a part of it, Chad. Don't forget that.
I don't think we get that till level 3.
No.
Oh,
You
the
get that right
morphing,
away.
yes. Yeah.
Right away. But as you're kind of going through the training process, the lights go out in this kind of space that you're in without any warning. And then they come back on. Alpha 5, who was kind of moving around the room, kind of explaining and teaching you, is gone from this training room. And instead, he's been replaced by a behemoth patchwork of gray clay and stone, standing head and shoulders taller than anyone you've ever seen. It looks at each of you, smashing its cinder block-sized fists together. It stalks towards you, the metallic ground echoing its substantial weight. The Mongo Hollow Putty sets its sights on you and prepares to attack. I'm going to move us to the thing. And
what putty?
It's just a hologram, guys. Don't worry. It's fine.
Mongo
It's fine. It'll
Hollow
be fine.
Putty. And unfortunately, they don't have an image for it, but yeah, that's the case. So now we're going to work together through the training simulator combat. So go ahead and select your token, and in your character sheet, you should have an initiative button. You know what to do.
Using specialization.
Uh-oh, someone read the rules.
No, it's an input value prompt because these sheets are scripted.
Says yes or no.
I would say no.
Okay. Skill
Chill
shift.
shift, no change.
Oh, man.
Fumble, auto, fail, blah blah blah. No
Is
change.
this game harder than I expected?
Yes.
Yes. Not
You want
really,
some
actually,
change?
no.
Difficulty 10. That's
What?
what it. That's the default.
Yeah, let's go with that.
Edge, snag, or normal.
Normal.
Okay, so yeah, that's what just happened.
Everyone's on the board. We love to see that.
Yeah.
It's a good start. It's a good start.
We're just gonna make it
What is this
look.
gym class? Pass fail?
Oh,
Climb that rope.
yeah. Here's more fun. So
You laughed. I get an extra point.
okay,
That's true.
that's-
I did laugh.
That's gonna be annoying. They don't have a. they don't have a dark mode for the character sheets, so
They
No.
don't.
for these character sheets.
Oh, okay.
So when I'm looking at them, I didn't realize this before because I guess I just hadn't switched before then, but I couldn't read anything because it was all like black text on like dark gray background. He is going on one. All right. So putting them in order. BJ and Chris are on the same initiative, so I'll just yield to you two to determine which ranger goes first.
Always says I go first.
Oh,
Yeah,
everybody got.
BJ's more of a
Every single time.
supportive person, so he's just looks like he's ready to just follow your lead and back you up with whatever you want to do.
Oh, and I believe I have you in. Yeah, you're starting off in non-morph.
And it's a standard action to morph.
Correct.
Mhm. So are you waiting for me to act, John?
Yeah, it's your turn.
Okay, so I say it's morphin time, right? Is that the
Right.
idea?
And then what do you
Right.
say?
And then what do I say?
So you've got to say it really loudly and just point blank towards the screen. The
Do I say
animal.
Say it with your whole chest.
You say Tyrannosaurus Rex, but it's out of order because initiative's random.
Oh, so can you immediately summon the Zord?
No. During the morphing thing, they all 5 of them say that. Don't worry about it.
You're gonna have, yeah,
morph.
sure. That thing, yeah.
Thank you, Tom and Tim, for laughing. Like, you get what I'm saying, and as stupid as it is, it makes sense if you think about it.
Got it. I don't know. What
It's fine. So if you
well
right-
as you.
If you right-click your token, you should see that there's a multi-sided option, and you can
Yep.
change it by choosing side. Just switch it to slide the lever across, and it should
Choose
switch
side?
you. Yep, and it should
Okay.
change you to your ranger mode.
Oh, cool.
That's really cool.
I love that.
That is a feature I did not know this had.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I tried to implement it with Sen way back in the day, or not Sen, sorry, Aiden. Wrong
Yeah.
changeling. But anywho, yeah, you morph. So that's your standard action. Since
Right.
it's kind of a surprise situation, I'd say you're just kind of acting in kind of like a speed 1 situation here. So,
So
one
that's just the
action's
one
fine.
thing, and then one free action.
I wouldn't say there'd be any free actions. On
It's if you have a speed of 1, you get just a movement or a standard action.
And
you
you morph.
need 3 or more in order to use free actions.
Yeah.
Okay.
So BJ, I'm assuming you're gonna follow suit since that's what the leader did.
Yeah, BJ's like, oh, okay, we're doing this. It's morphin time. Saber-tooth tiger.
Hell yeah. Morphed. And then Alex.
And actually, BJ has a speed of 5.
Oh, no. So again, the rounds, because it's kind of like a weird surprise situation. I'm saying
okay.
you're just kind of acting at the start. Once we get into
I
the
got
actual
you.
fighting, you'll be operating with your regular speed.
And how do I flip my token?
Right click it. Down at the bottom, there should be a multi-sided option on the pull down there.
Oh,
And then you can
Slide it over.
slide it over. All right, Alex.
boom.
So I guess if all we're doing is morphin, then
Well,
it's morphin
You
time.
don't have to.
What do you mean?
You
You
don't
can
have
be weak
to
if you
morph.
want to. You
There's
can be weak if you
literally
want
nothing else I can do if I only
You can
have
move.
one
to. You
act.
can move, right?
Yeah, but with a character who has no might at all, like,
I wouldn't be smart.
That's the
Right.
the mighty part of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers requires the Morphin. Yeah, that is a clause there.
Right. I will say right now we're like 2/5 of the Ginyu Force, so
No.
Wait, no, Ginyu
don't
Force.
leave us hanging, man.
More points.
We're like,
More points.
We're both like,
Oh,
right, because so I can't use the rest of my speed this turn. We're just getting one.
yeah. But I mean, so you're Morphin. What do you say though?
Oh yeah, it's morphin time. Pterodactyl.
Love it.
Yeah, right. Do it.
You did it. This is really just to embarrass everybody.
nail
I'll
it.
show this to everybody in the
Cannot-
Discord at a later
I
time.
should have
Cannot-
gotten a giant.
Cannot believe we
gold
paid
coin.
money for this.
So it would go to Tim. What does Micah do?
It's morphin time! Triceratops!
Oh, this guy
Very
went
good.
all out.
Very
I
good.
love it.
That's method acting right there.
Yeah, Timothy always goes all out.
Drew, Tom, you're up.
Even dressed in the color.
I'm pretty sure as a normal 15-year-old kid, I can just take on this monstrosity, right? Just
I
go
don't
up
see
and
why
do
not.
some sweet
Because if you
dance
think
moves.
about it, you are 15 years old, but the person playing you is like 30, so it's a little different.
I mean, I'm sure this rebellious punk kid can take on this giant. It's morphin' time, mammoth.
Hell yeah. And then immediately after you all morph into your ranger suits, the massive putty creature moves towards you, lumbering and kind of dragging itself across the ground. It's like an amalgam of multiple putties kind of in one. All right, now we're going to a regular initiative turn. So during this segment, you can operate as normal, and it goes to Chris to start. So you have your speed allotment, which will be standard move plus a number of free actions equal to the difference between 2 and your speed.
Okay. So a standard move plus the number of actions equal to the difference. Is that what you said?
Yeah, so if you have like speed 5, you'll
I have a speed 3.
So you have 1 free action, and yeah, basically you're very standard, kind of D&T mentality character. Standard action, move action, free action.
So could I move up? Do I have enough speed to move up to it?
What? Oh, sorry. So your
What is the distance that you cover with your move?
very good question.
It should be on your sheet.
The distance that you cover?
Yeah, it's under movement.
Right.
I had to open the editor because it didn't populate it when it had the FT there.
I'm looking.
I'm looking at your
where's-
seat myself.
Where
Hold on.
is movement? Where is
Top
it?
right, up all the way at the top of the page
I
by
see.
like health and personal power and stuff.
It's a you
Oh,
have a-
30 feet. 30 feet. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I think most of them start with 30 as
Okay.
a base.
and
so I could
think
easily get
now
up to
it'll
it,
be
right?
fixed. Yeah, easily. Squares are 5 foot, and similar to
Right.
Dungeons and Dragons, rounds are about they're 5 seconds, not 6 seconds. But yeah, it's about the same.
Important though, dissimilar from Dungeons and Dragons, there are no opportunity attacks. So you can run up, whack of someone, run away, no
Correct.
consequences. But whenever you move within reach of an opponent that is not, or a person that is not your ally, it counts as rough terrain.
So it's
So that's
double.
double movement when you're within like whatever the reach of.
Oh,
thing you're
really? So I
fighting
could
is.
hit and
Yes.
then move back?
Correct, but it counts as like difficult terrain or rough terrain.
5,
I think
10,
is the,
15,
so.
20. Okay, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So to
Or
get like
if you want to kind of like put it into Power Rangers mentality, if you wanted to, you could like rush in and kick and then fly off to the side, diagonal left one, and just imagine your character doing like a flip towards them, kicking, and then like doing a cool tumble off to the side.
Yeah, that's not Chris's style, though. He's going to stay right up there. Could I use my power spear?
Yeah, you would have your weapons.
So I want to do the
I
two-handed?
think you have to use a free action to summon
Yeah, so
a
you,
Okay.
weapon.
you got your free action. Boom, there's the power spear.
Okay.
And then you have your standard, and your move has already been completed. You're not going to move
Right.
anymore. So the
So could I?
yeah,
Go ahead.
it would be attack.
So I press the power spear, the icon on the left. Is that the attack?
Yes.
Using specialization, no.
You're using it one-handed or two-handed.
Two-handed,
Okay, cool. No specialization.
but it says that it's sharp 2 is the deal, right?
Uh-huh. That's its effect.
Skill shift, no change.
No change.
Difficulty 10.
Difficulty
Edge.
is... Difficulty is... 12.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna try again. Submit. No change. So I could make this
Well,
12.
no, it's okay. We see the difficulty on the roll. It's fine. It's just a for tracking kind of thing. It's interesting that they
Oh,
went
I
that
see.
route.
Okay. And then edge snagger normal is normal.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to use my I can't. I guess that's a failure, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
I'm really
really-
interested to note that
Roll a 0.
that's a fumble. It looks like it is possible to roll other numbers.
I
based
rolled
on
a
your-
I rolled a 1 on a d6.
Yeah, that's what it's looking. Or no, you roll a 7 on a d20 and you have a +1 on your skill.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Cool.
That's it.
All right. Chris rushes in, throws the spear forward. The putty kind of moves to the side, and then it goes to BJ.
BJ is going to make.
Quick note for Micah. As that happens, the putty kind of moves to the side. You see it kind of like locked in that weird kind of dodge that it did off the side, as if it like took a lot of computing effort for the putty to kind of like throw that kind of evasion.
So speed 5. I imagine that means I can move 5 squares.
Yep.
Okay, cool. So BJ's going to move here, and as BJ dashes over there, they're going to draw out one of their blade blasters and fire a shot at the putty.
Okay.
And they say,
Pulls it.
I'm sorry. What's Andy's character's name?
Chris.
All right, Chris, you got this.
The blade blaster, which comes out like a knife, then you have to do the weird spinny thing to make it a gun.
Yeah, but it's almost like a butterfly knife. The way you handle it.
Bam, bam, bam. I don't have
Yeah,
hands.
pulls it out at the knife and then like
Thoron's
flips
thing.
it. And
I can't do hand gestures to show you what I'm talking about.
what is triple strike attacks?
What?
One of my perks, Yellow Rangers at first level have already begun to show their talent at unleashing flurries of blows. You can, whenever you make a finesse attack action, spend a personal power to make an attack with each of your hands at no penalty.
Sure.
And then make a third follow-up martial arts attack.
So the effect will be in the side there, and the skill will also. Excuse me.
Oh,
kind of
well, I only have one weapon out right now.
Yeah.
So maybe next turn. As like a free action, can I draw another one?
Yeah, you can have 2 weapons drawn.
Okay, so I guess I'll have.
Blade blaster.
I
in
only
one
have
hand.
one blade blaster, so the other one will be. Okay, so sorry, let me change this. BJ runs in to support Chris.
Okay.
As BJ runs forward, shoots the blade blaster, draws the turbo blade, and then once it closes to melee, makes another attack with the turbo blade.
Hold on a second here. Finesse. Skills and specializations. Finesse. Sample specializations. This skill covers a wide range of fast applications of bodily dexterity, agility, and hand-eye coordination. This includes fine movements of a watchmaker or disarming a bomb, as well as surges of activity like martial arts, strikes, and fencing. Okay, so I would say that with this, you would be doing like martial arts stuff, not using the blade blaster or the turbo blade. What does that
Okay.
sound?
Wait, what are the? You said the 2 light power weapons. Do they use finesse as their attack?
No. Turbo
No,
blade
they use
uses
might.
might. You know.
I know okay,
Yeah.
that's weird that
I-
they didn't start you with 2 light weapons.
I agree. But I would say that even though your unarmed is showing as a might attack, just for flavor's sake, I will allow you to go ahead and kick, elbow, headbutt, etc. So you can spend 1 personal power and attack with each of your hands at no penalty and make a third follow-up martial arts attack against the target. So this will be 3 attacks, but it'll be all unarmed. Does that make sense, Chad?
Yeah,
It's basically flurry of blows.
that's fine. Yeah, like BJ just jumps right in there and starts kicking the shit out of this thing. So
So maybe not drawing the weapons, just
Right.
kind of rushing around, coming around, and doing like a and like attacking
okay, so using
or whatever.
it's not a specialization, so no specialization.
Specialization
No
will be finesse.
specialization will be finesse.
Yeah, because you're making finesse attacks.
Okay. Sorry, let's try this again. Yes.
That is an
Skill
option on
shift.
there, right?
No change.
No shift.
Difficulty. There's that. Edge,
Difficulty-
snag, or normal.
Difficulty was 12, and then no edge, snag, or it's just normal.
Okay, so there's the first one.
Miss. 2 more.
Second one.
That's a miss. That's a miss. You folks are rolling really bad on d20s, but yeah, you kind of rush up and kind of like throw some kicks, and you can see as it's kind of still positioned in that dodge from before, it's still able to kind of like roll down and kind of maneuver away from your attacks. Okay, Alex, you're up.
BJ's not really sticking the landing, but you can tell he's trying really hard.
You just got into these suits. This is like the first time you've ever been in them, so you know. Kicks are flying a lot faster than you expect them to.
All right. Alex shouts, "I'll provide some cover fire," and rolls over to here. Summons as a free action the power crossbow. As a second and third free action, I'm going to aim.
Okay,
So that gives me 2 up on the attack
that's skill
with
shifting.
power crossbow. Yeah.
Yep. Okay, and then you're going to use your standard to shoot with a power crossbow.
Correct.
Okay, so then to answer your questions to go, so I don't think there's a specialization that you're utilizing here. It's just going to be actually okay. No, I just looked at it. When you attack, specializations. I'm going to try and narrow. Sorry, we are learning together. Skills and specializations. So, using each essence and skill. The following section: strength-based skills. Got it. So when you are using specializations for things, finesse is 1.
This one would use targeting, correct?
Yes, targeting would be the one for this.
Is that just for ranged attacks?
Right.
Yeah.
And I get a +2 stealth shift.
Because you aimed.
And difficulty is
So it will be 12 for its evasion right
and just normal.
now. Yeah, you don't have edge or anything like that. That's a natural 1.
Fuck yeah, it is.
All right, so power crossbow charges up, the bolt flies out and kind of slams into the wall. It kind of disappears into like the materia, like it just kind of particles away into the grid. But yeah, everything was like, you know, the motions were perfect. It's just at the last second you just kind of were looking at it as it was fighting with BJ, and you weren't sure where to hit it.
Hmm.
Micah, you're up. Now, I stated at the beginning that you had noticed something kind of interesting about it. This weird kind of motion. I'm going to give
Something
you.
about computing power.
I'm going to give you the opportunity, if you have a free action, to try and make an awareness smart-based skill check.
Right. So the red circle's my speed, and the 2. So I subtract the 2 from the 4.
What did you just say to me?
How do I know how many potential free actions I have?
Oh yeah, what's your speed number?
Is that the red circle?
Speed 4.
Okay.
It just says speed 4 at the top of like, yeah.
Where?
So
Oh, speed 4.
Like-
Duh.
It's
Okay.
okay. So you have standard, move, and 2 freeze. So
Oh yeah,
if you want to use one of your
definitely
freeze-
using a free action to try and decipher what I noticed.
Okay, so under smarts, you should have
Alertness.
I believe that is what I want. Let me double make sure. Yes, alertness.
Okay, and
Because you are who you are, I'm going to give you edge on this. So when you
Okay.
punch it in,
all right,
difficulty value is 11.
using specialization. What would
Alert
be specialization?
smarts, I think.
So yes, I'm
Mhm.
using my specialization.
Yeah.
Okay. Skill shift. No change.
No skill shift.
Difficulty
11.
11, and then I have edge.
Yes. Okay,
Critical
great.
success.
So, how is that a critical success? Oh,
You
weird.
rolled a 10 on the d20, and
I guess critical success just means over it instead of not at it. Okay.
Okay.
We're learning all of the new things.
Yes, we are.
So that being said, what you notice about the Mongo Hollow Putty is that it has a very strange kind of nature to its programming. It seems like this artifice that's been put to you in this combat zone is utilizing the techniques of the putty patrollers, but it's kind of slower than them because it's an amalgam. So it probably fights a lot harder than a regular putty patroller would, but it's not as capable because it's slower than that. So moving forward, because you've made this check, you're kind of able to kind of notice its weaknesses, and you're also able to kind of call out to others that they can kind of try and see these weaknesses as well. You can't explain it to them; they won't get it. They have to make the awareness check or alertness check themselves. But every attack you make against the putty moving forward has an edge on it.
All right. So yeah, I start. Guys, it looks like this is slower, but fights harder than normal putties. If I think you can take it, try to take advantage of that and see for yourself how it's locked in place. You'll do fine. And with that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I can definitely get there with another free action. Because I have 2, I summon my power hammer, and I go to try to whack-a-mole it. So power hammer. Oh, that's not where I go for power hammer. It's this button right here.
I just
Power
posted in the chat specifically what it said. I kind of worded it off, but the main thrust is whoever hit it last is going to go for them. Whoever's kind of swinging at it, it's going to be kind of awkward in its dodging because
Alright,
it's still always focusing on. For right now, no one's damaged it, but it's still focusing on Chris.
So this is not my specialization, correct? Fighting things.
No.
Skill shift, no shift. Difficulty is 12. And I have an edge since I've noticed the weakness.
Nailed it.
18. Success!
All right. Cool.
Alternate effects stun?
Yeah, we're looking into that. Let's see. Alternate effect.
Hey guys, I got your back.
Effect.
nice.
Weapon effects and traits. We're learning together. So, a weapon skill describes the skill used to attack it. Fair. This had an alternate effect of stun, you said, right?
Yes.
Successfully hitting with a stun weapon means the target is denied their move action for the listed number of turns. So stun number, whatever that is, it can't move.
It I have blunt 2.
Hmm.
That's the best I have for my power hammer. I can try and look it up in the compendium.
Oh, no, sorry. So the 2 is right. So it's taking 2 damage.
Okay.
But if you want to stun it, then the alternate effect will take place as well.
So I either do 2 damage or I stun it.
Double checking. Mm-hmm. Man, these rules are weird.
Yeah, they are.
No, sorry. It has a stun number. Stun 1 is what it is for the weapon.
Okay.
Option. I'm looking at
So
it
it's
here.
stunned for 1 turn.
Yeah, because you're using the blue weapon. What's it called again?
Power hammer.
That's right. Yeah,
Morphed.
stun 1.
All right. Yeah, I'll stun it.
Okay.
Everyone has an edge.
And then
And so, but people don't they already have edge because of what you said?
no.
No, you have to make a roll and succeed to gain edge based on
You
what I
have to use
said.
a free
Okay.
action to try and do it.
Okay.
Right. So if you have an extra free action, go ahead and try, and then I can just go back to damage. But if you don't want to worry about that, or you don't have one, just attack. You have edge as long as I stun the thing.
yeah,
Great.
as we move in, like Drew, to kind of put this into like context of the show, you're kind of like getting into like fighting kind of mode. However, you're going about doing that, and he said something, and in your head, you're like, "What are you talking about?" Kind of situation. So if you want to pursue that, you can free action to do it. But yeah, cheer up, Tom.
Cool.
Oh,
Yeah.
that sucked because
Yeah.
I could have used my triple attack next turn and had edge.
Yeah. The other thing you'll note too is as he kind of tried to explain it to you, the Mongo Putty, Hollow Putty, is now focusing on Micah instead of Chris.
Oh wait, I think I have 30 movement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Would I be able to back up 5 feet?
Yeah.
All right, so I could probably run in and like do a little jumping hammer attack, and then I'd like, guys, it worked! Attack now! And I back up some, just to try and get out of its reach.
Perfect.
All right, I'm Speed 4, so I can do 2 free actions. So I will attempt to see what he said.
I'll make an alertness roll.
Yeah, no change.
So stunned as a condition and the stun feature on a weapon are different.
Okay, I did not quite make the alertness check, but I will run forward. I will tumble over Chris, I believe, and then I will summon my power axe and swing it as I come to a landing here.
Okay. So you'll make a might attack with that. And I believe, double checking your character sheet, it should tell you if you have specialization in types of attacks or not.
I don't see anything about attacks as any of my skills or anything.
Okay. Yeah, just go ahead and make an attack with power axe. Wow. Okay. Yeah, you rush in, swing, and a miss. Do you have any other movement you want to take?
No, I think that was my full.
But
30
doesn't
feet.
he have edge on it because of it's stunned?
No. I'll say it again. The stunned condition and stun from a weapon are two separate things. He did not get stunned. He was hit by a stunning weapon, which just means it doesn't move.
Okay.
One thing I want to clarify:
Yeah.
critical success is a specific mechanic in this game.
How does it work?
So if the result of a skill dice portion, not including the d20, so like that second column there, if is showing the highest number value on one or more of the skill dice and the skill roll is successful, it's considered a critical success. So for a skill roll, it's the success of whatever you were trying to do plus some additional narrative form of excellence.
Okay.
So basically, like if one of the skill dies rolled a 20, because like you can roll a
Oh,
20
I
on
get
a d20 to get the success, but in this game they don't care about whether you get a 20 or a 1. They care about what the skill die do to
That you
determine
roll in
the critical.
addition to it. Okay.
Correct. So if you have a 1, d2, a d4, you have like 4 chances to get a critical success. That's why it's better to have all of those extra up dies to increase your skill benefits,
Got
your
it.
skill charges. That's how the mechanic of this game is supposed to work.
And for the Mongo Hollow Putty's overfocus trait, which allows you to make an alertness skill check against me, there's no language in there for a critical success, so there's nothing that happens there.
Right.
Okay, but if there is something that would grant a critical success,
Right.
it would
And
have
if we,
that
if we
language.
were doing something like narratively, like we walked into a room and you said make a roll and we had a critical success, you would treat that like a d20.
Oh, okay, got it. So like it's kind of auto. Got it.
Right. It's just instead of treating a d20 as the critical success, you treat one of the skill dies hitting its highest number as the critical. So a
success.
d2 rolling a 2, critical success. A d4 rolling a 4, D6 rolling a 6,
And so
D8
on.
rolling a D8. That's what determines the critical success in this game because it's not the D20 is
Just
random.
to see if it actually hits the target number, the difficulty. Got it.
Right. So in order to get the success, you have to pass the DC.
So the lower the
And
dice
hit it.
on the skill, the better. Because D2 would be 50% of the time you're critting.
Right.
But
But
the way the skills work in this game,
I
you
roll a
always
D2 and a D4.
Oh,
that's the way that skills work in this game because you roll a D2, a D4, a D6,
It
and a
builds.
D8 if you have
Right.
+4
I got you.
on the skill.
I got you.
You have 4 chances. It
So
just gets
the-
increasingly harder. for the
Correct.
first.
Correct. So this game increases the possibility the same way that like on a crit hit you can hit a 19 or a 20 for a barbarian, you know, but it increases the statistical possibility based on your advancement in the skill
In
to
hindsight,
have a critical success.
But
and that
if you have higher
Yeah.
skill dice numbers, that means
Right.
you potentially have the potential to get a bigger bonus to even succeed in the first place.
right. So
Gotcha.
it tapers off
Okay.
the benefit with each additional die you add on because a D8 has less statistical
Well-
possibility of hitting that critical success.
real quick,
than a
real quick, real quick,
D4
real quick, real quick. So, on the
Sorry.
skill, it's okay. you know you ramble. You know you do.
I know,
For the
I
skill,
know. It's
for the skill
complicated.
dice on Power Axe, it's only a D4. So, like, there are some that are going to be higher dice than a D2. It's not always a D2 plus dice. It's always whatever
Right.
the dice is determined on whatever it is. Okay, cool. So Drew ran in, swung and missed. It goes to the putty. The putty is not able to move because it's stunned for 1 turn, but it's still very much focused on Micah. Micah is the thing it wants to destroy. It will raise its hands up and throw its whole body forward, kind of like its legs kind of crumpling underneath it as it kind of just topples over on itself. And it will make an attack against Micah. It has reach.
He has a way to get out of his move
No,
range.
he's not. He just has reach. So he attacks at
Oh,
one
nice.
distance further. So he is using the slam attack. Uses its huge hands to grab an opponent by a limb. If the target is grabbed, so I'm going to make a athletics roll versus your grappled. Yeah, it works the same. Right? Grappled. Yep. So I'm making an athletics, and you can use either athletics or double checking. I think acrobatics is a thing. I remember seeing it on there. I'm not crazy, right? Yeah, it's on there. It's either
Yeah.
either
Guess
of those.
what? It's the same roll for either one.
So give it to me.
We'll try acrobatics. Specialization, I believe not. Skill shift, I believe not. What's the difficulty?
So I set the difficulty with my roll, which I thought I rolled, but it didn't drop. No
Is it a DM only
specialization, no skill shift, difficulty 0, and no edge or snag. Okay, so that's my roll. So you're gonna roll yours,
So it's a 12.
or no? Hold on.
Mhm.
Nope. It's not a contested roll. I go against your evasion or your toughness, whichever is higher.
Toughness is 16.
Okay, so then it's gonna miss. So it rushes forward to try and grab you, or it doesn't rush forward. It kind of throws itself forward to try and grab you, and it doesn't do it.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Done with the putty. It goes to Chris.
Yep. So could I use the free action to try to suss out what Micah said?
Yeah.
Okay, so what do
Alertness?
I do there? Alertness.
Mhm.
Alertness.
No
Alertness.
specialization.
Okay.
And then difficulty
No
values.
skill shift.
No skill shift. Difficulty value is 11, and you
11.
don't have edge or anything. It's just normal. Okay. So you also aren't picking up on what he's putting down. It's confusing to you.
Okay, so that's okay because maybe he's caught up in the battle.
Yeah. Focused on the fight with the spear. Let's get him.
Right, he's gonna smack
Oh.
it again, two hand again with the spear. Again, no.
Chad, you had an O moment. What was that?
I thought I only had one personal power point, but I have two, so I can do that
Again.
re-attack thing again.
Yep. Okay. So attacking with the power spear on him here. The hollow putty has a evasion of 12, so that is going to miss. Your dice rolls have been really low, you guys.
I know. Nines, come on.
Yeah.
I think the
Eight?
only person who's rolled over a 10 is Tim.
No, you've rolled over a 10.
Oh yeah, I have also. Me and Tim. High five.
The brains of our brawn guy is the one hitting.
Fair enough. That's a swing and a miss. BJ, you're up.
I'm gonna go with the turbo blade because it's a sharp weapon. Attacks made with sharp weapons are finesse attacks.
Awesome.
So because it's a finesse attack, I can follow that up with my triple strikes. So it'll basically be a finesse attack and then 2 unarmed attacks.
Yeah.
It says the follow-up attack, often a kick, elbow, or headbutt, has a variable skill die based on your yellow ranger level. And is it a free action to follow up on the thing that?
So yeah, it would be a free action to try and see if you can catch what's going on from what Micah had said. So
Right.
it's an alert.
BJ has 3 free actions.
Yeah. So first free action is the alertness roll. So go ahead and it's an alertness skill check.
Specialization.
No.
Skill shift.
Nope.
Difficulty.
11. No edge or anything. Normal.
Okay. Normal. Nice.
So you actually see what's going on. It looks like it's very much focused on Micah at this moment. So you're kind of looking at the fight and seeing it's kind of opening up its whole side to you. You have edge on every attack you make against it for the turn.
Okay, and is drawing a turbo blade a free action or part of the attack?
So yeah, it would be a free action. Oh no, it's a part of the attack.
Okay, so yeah, out comes a turbo blade. Turbo blade using specialization, no. Skill shift, no change.
Mm-hmm.
Difficulty,
Difficulty value is 12. Evasion is 12.
so that's a 12, and then I have edge on this one.
Yep,
So that's a 14.
that'll hit. And then your second attack.
The next 2 are going to be unarmed.
Yep.
Here, wait. Let me double check something real quick. That's a perk. That's a perk. Variable skill die based on your. Okay, so specialization, no. Skill shift, no change. Difficulty 12.
Yep.
And edge.
Yep.
Cool. So that's that
Yes.
unarmed.
Hit as well. And then one more.
Yep. And for whatever reason, the follow-up attack uses an extra D2, but I'm not really sure how or why that applies.
Go for it.
Okay, so
One day we'll understand. Today's not that day.
yeah,
All right.
cool.
So-
So yeah,
It rushes forward and swings at it, and Drew kind of rushes in, swings the axe and misses. Chris kind of swings the spear, out and around, trying to hit it. They're all attacking it kind of at its front. BJ kind of looks at the situation, listens to what Micah's saying, and then kind of gets in on the side, and then throws the turbo blade in, and there's a large sparks flying everywhere, and then kind of rushes forward with a kick and then a punch, and that punch causes the putty to kind of topple over to its side. When it hits the ground, it kind of breaks into a bunch of parts.
Nice.
And that's the
all right. I think I'm getting used to this.
That's the battle simulator segment of this entire situation. After the Mongo Putty is defeated, I have to track a couple things first. The very first thing I need to track is, did the beast fall due to the overfocus? Yes, it did. So that means that you each gained 1 story point. Okay. And then, yeah, they're awarded a story point for teamwork, which is what being a Power Ranger is all about.
Right. So once the putty falls, BJ starts flossing.
Once you start to floss, the lights go dark, so no one really sees like the actual moves. The lights
Oh, thank God.
brighten up
Flossing
again,
in the dark.
and you see Alpha 5. He says, "Congratulations, Rangers! Your Ranger recruit training is now complete. Oh, I'm so proud of you all. Next week, you will begin."
Thanks, Alpha.
Once he congratulates you, you hear an alarm start ringing and blaring throughout the command center. Behind Alpha 5 in the simulation room, you see Zordon's face appear.
You mean Jondon?
Rangers, I am sensing distortions in the Morphin grid in several locations around Angel Grove. I am afraid that General Repulsa...
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they refer to in the book.
Yeah,
Damn,
that's fine.
got a promotion.
Is up to something. We are now picking up reports of kidnappings at each of the distortion locations around Angel Grove. I want you to go investigate and see what you can find out. I do not believe this will be dangerous as the distortions have since passed. Alpha 5 will support you from here in the command center should you require assistance. So,
I'm waiting for Chris to take lead. He is the Red Ranger.
Go Power Rangers. How do they get there? Do they like fly in their?
We have
what do they do?
teleportation powers, Andy.
They do?
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So the reason why that was the case in the show is because you have the actors like doing the actual like we're the teenagers thing, right? And they're like 20-year-olds or whatever. But then they had to shift it into Super Sentai like footage, and the best way to do that was to just put a bunch of like color on the screen, moving the person to that space, and ta-da! You're a Power Ranger now. You're the same person. Do voice acting over it.
4 of us have teleportation powers. The Red Ranger just flies like Superman to each location, I think is what.
Perfect.
I
I like it.
can't do hand gestures in this fucking filter. I want to do them, but no. So again, he says these words. These words have been said. How does your teenager respond?
Let's go, team.
Gain edge on the next roll you make during this segment.
I was gonna say BJ's like, I don't know, man. I got a lot of homework to do.
Alpha 5 leads you to the
Homework is for losers.
leads you to the control room.
Really, he just wants to go home and read comic books.
Rangers, I pulled information from Angel Grove police files. What the fuck?
Yeah, isn't that illegal?
About distortion, kidnapping. I'll transfer that
Alpha 5, you
information.
just committed a felony.
Wait. It gets weirder. I'll transfer that information to your risk communicators so you know who you're looking for. Go find those 3 missing people and bring them home. And I'm gonna
John, I assume that me being brains over Brawn, I'm the first to see my risk communicator and bring it up for everyone.
Yeah, everyone else is like, risk communicators. So this situation is unfortunate because they don't have a handout specifically for this. So I guess I'm just posting this in the chat.
Boom. Just like
it-
that.
It's very important that they share their GPA with us from those police files so we know who's actually important in society, I guess. Is that what they're implying? This is...
We have Maya Lopez, age 14. We go to high school with her. She's actually pretty smart. We have Luke
not
Franco,
quite
age
fine.
20.
Well-
He goes to college.
I want to say real quick, why do they have their GPAs on the
Right? That's what I'm saying. Like,
Critical information for the cops to know.
apparently, there's a
if they're
direct
gonna arrest
pipeline.
you, they
This
better
is-
fucking know how smart you are.
This
There's
is
a direct
actually telling
pipeline
me-
from school transcripts in the police system.
This is
Like,
actually
Angel
telling
Grove
me,
High
uh,
School.
2.6 and not so important.
It's like okay, that person speeds. Who owns the car? Oh, they got a GPA of 4.0. We'll just let them go. Let them go.
He gets this one. He did his homework. He worked hard.
Yeah. Is that how it
He
works?
didn't work hard enough to not get kidnapped.
I'm gonna switch off my anyway. That's the information that you get. So it's Maya Lopez, age 14, as said. Thank you, Tim. You were continuing with that. They are really smart. They go to your school.
There's a Luca Franco. Oh, he goes to the University of California, Angel Grove. He was last seen at a job fair at UCAG campus yesterday, approximately 11:30 a.m. And then there's Zin Lilin. She's attending UCAG as well on a soccer scholarship, and her major is economics. Anyway, the school notified her parents that she missed soccer practice.
Are we sure that Luca didn't just take a job at Amazon?
What?
He was at a job fair and never seen again. That sounds like he got hired by Amazon. Oh wait, we're on Twitch. I probably shouldn't say that too loud.
Yeah, Daddy Bezos is gonna cancel us, dude. Not cool, Tom. I don't make a lot of money from Twitch, but it is money. It's like,
I guess I'm getting that refund.
yeah. Refunding the Patreon. Hilarious. I've done that once. I've actually done that once. Anywho, those are the names of the people. That said, you're able to access and download basic information and maps on key locations if someone wants to, at the control console, make a technology skill test. But if you want to just rely on your own knowledge of the area, if you think you're kind of savvy in Angel Grove, you can make a difficulty 13 history skill test.
Okay, oh, hold up, cancel. I'll use the technology and use the thing.
This game is mentioning cops way more than I remember them being mentioned in Power Rangers. Like,
The real Power Rangers were the Angel Grove PD.
Skill shift, no. What's the DC for the technology?
the difficulty value is 10.
10.
I don't see history anywhere.
Same.
And
How about Streetwise?
I'll allow
I'm-
Streetwise instead.
I am not gonna bother using my edge on this because why not?
No.
I want to use an idea point.
You don't
to
get
eight.
you don't get a choice. The next roll that you make has edge. So
Oh, okay. Oh, I didn't use edge, but I passed anyway.
it's fine. You would have passed with edge. Flying color. So yeah,
I
you
would
have
also use technology.
okay.
If one of us knows, do all of us know?
I mean, this is information you're going to be giving to each other. Yeah.
What's the difficulty?
10.
10.
Okay.
Unless you're using history, then that's 11.
Yeah.
Or streetwise.
Okay. Now,
I gotta say, Yellow Rangers are pretty fucking awesome. They get tons of attacks. They're super fucking smart.
all of them have their own
Wow.
like boons and benefits. Wow. Damn. Okay, Tom.
I know. Yeah, I'm supposed to be streetwise, but I don't even know what my
You
fucking
can't-
home address is. Apparently.
You came to get your refund and make horrible dice rolls. That's what you came here to do.
Resounding success so far. That's a
and-
critical success there.
And basically, like trying to get a refund from anything Amazon, it's not going to work.
Wow.
That one's not my
Nice.
fault. If you get canceled now, it's not my fault.
Perfectly fair. Perfectly fair.
Yeah, you're like, I want a refund, and they're like, refund department's over there, and you walk right out the door.
Absolutely fair. Okay, so I don't see any handouts for maps, which is not great. So I just assume
Every location in Angel Grove looks suspiciously like the simulation room. That's so weird.
yeah, everywhere.
Oh, weird.
Well, just for a change of pace, so we're not like in Street Fighter training mode. I'm gonna go ahead and shift it back to the loading screen.
Listen,
Right
they
here, bro.
apparently spend all of their community money on the cops that are mentioned every paragraph in this book. They don't have
Hold
stuff
on.
for landscaping.
Did you see those
trees,
research police
streets.
reports? They had GPAs on there. Those
You-
cops do their fucking homework.
You asked for another reference to cops. I'm giving it to you. Oh wait, who's saying this?
Can you control F in the rule book and see how many hits for cops come up? Is it like 100, 275?
This is definitely Alpha 5 because I don't think Zordon
Also
ever
a cop.
in his I don't think Zordon ever in his entire existence has ever said
Wait,
I.
Are we trying
Zordon
to say
is
that
an
we're the new
intergalactic cop.
Rangers on the block?
Hold on. Serious face mode. Switching back to me. Alpha 5 trying to get the voice right again. Wasn't doing great the first time, but we're going for it. Okay, Rangers, you have everything you need to begin your investigation. I'll teleport you to within safe distance of wherever you wish to start your investigation. But you'll be far more successful using your alter egos, at least at first. Law enforcement and others won't necessarily cooperate with us, as we have no official jurisdiction, especially since you are new Rangers. But if you are as clever and resourceful as we believe you to be, you will figure out what's going on, and more importantly, why here in Angel Grove. If you have
Have you
questions,
seen our rolls?
need information, or require forensic scans on evidence you find, or if you need to be teleported to a new location, I'm only a communicator call away.
Aye. This is definitely cocaine.
No. Whoa. Gain edge on your next roll because, holy crap, the next words were, I almost forgot. Above all, don't forget the Power Ranger directive. First, never use your power for personal gain.
Respect
Second,
the police.
never escalate a battle unless your enemy forces you to. And finally, third, keep your identity secret. You must never reveal your identity, ever. Okay, Rangers, where do you want to start your investigation?
I don't know. It sounds like the cops have it under control, right? Like,
No.
just trust the cops.
No, I think he was just mentioning cops exist.
Yeah.
like a lot. Like a
All right,
lot
guys.
more than
I think we need to go fight the cops.
happened
Chris,
in the real show.
Chris, I think we might fit best at Angel Grove High since we're all students there. We can go check the student council room to check out the disappearance of Maya Lopez.
You're
Yeah.
also a pretty smart student yourself. You might be able to pass as a prospective student at the university.
Okay, actually,
Wow, that's actually really amazing and insightful. You two are actually taking this seriously. I love that.
so
Thanks, Alex.
Sorry, sassy.
I made you flush a bit.
BJ has the student perk. Your expertise in your study of choice gives you superior knowledge in one subject, allowing you to speak eloquently and thoroughly on the topic.
Mm-mm.
When attempting to recall facts, yada, yada, yada. Additionally, you are recognized within learning institutions related to your study and are welcomed readily with assistance in your further research.
What's your position of study? What do you-
Criminal forensics and investigation.
Yeah, it's like, I'm an aspiring law student. I actually wanted to be a cop.
Well, if you think about where you're going, remember that the person who was at Angel Grove was, missing. You said where they were missing. I closed that window.
It's the student council.
She skipped the
Honor
ninth
student.
grade, guys. She's pretty smart.
Yeah. But yeah, you could probably get around like into like more advanced classes without issue.
Except for Chris.
Well,
Yeah,
if,
I don't.
if you're with smarter people, they'll just assume that you're a charity case.
We're showing him what the inside of a school looks like.
John, he's paid protection.
I've never seen one before in my life, so yeah.
Drew has a leather jacket wearing vibe from the token. Bad.
My sheet literally says you're a rebel and damn anyone who tries to hold you down. You know who tries to hold you down?
Wait a minute.
School and
It's-
the cops.
It says damn on your character sheet.
It does. It literally does.
Okay, well,
Aye.
obviously PG, I guess. I think I've said fuck already, but I love that my face is already.
That's why I said I'm 3007 before we went on.
Yeah. 14 or 16. So anywho, Angel Grove yesterday at about 3:45 in the student council room 6 or 19B, teleporting to Angel Grove, and kind of in a incognito location, kind of like a area where no one's there. Alpha does a pre-scan before he sends you over, and you're just outside. It's out on the football field, where nobody's at right now, because it's kind of end of the
It's
day,
not football season.
and it's not football season.
Yeah, Angel Grove's football team sucks. They're already done for the season. They failed.
Yeah,
Bounced right out in first round.
or they're at an away game. You guys, come on now.
So we're
No,
starting
no.
at the
They don't have money for sports.
So it's a Friday.
It's a Friday.
So we're starting at a high school.
Correct. You're starting at
Okay.
Angel Grove High School.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and you are searching. Bear with me here.
Maya.
Maya Lopez.
For Maya Lopez, correct.
Cool.
Okay.
Here's what we're gonna do.
Room 19B.
Right.
Mhm. Missing.
Student council room 19B. So that wasn't a teacher's class.
That's right.
Were there anybody else present there? Can we find out if anybody else was there?
Yeah. So you're kind of asking questions, looking for people.
We can find some sort of like see if there was like a student council meeting.
Sure. So what you're kind of gathering as you're kind of talking to folk is a lot of people don't really know and are confused. But the one thing that keeps coming up is people remember that there were clowns who appeared at the end of the mains, not like appeared, but like had shown up at the school. And
Like bozo clowns or like John Wayne Gacy clowns?
Yes.
the same. It's the same thing. Those are the same thing. Like clowns are scary. They asked a kid named Lewis Jennings where to find Maya, and apparently they then saw that Maya was coming out of the student council meeting, and the boy had told the clowns, "That's her," and they blew magic dust on her,
Fucking narc.
and Maya and Lewis both turned into life-size cardboard cutouts.
Oh shit!
What?
They
It seems like something that should have been in the police report.
they grabbed Maya Lopez. No, GPA is more important than the actual like events of the crime, sir. They grabbed Maya Lopez, cardboard cutout, and teleported away, leaving the life-size cardboard Jennings leaning against the wall with a slight look of surprise on his face.
So it's just been there since
Where
yesterday.
he remains to this day.
Okay, well somebody's parents do not give a fuck about him.
The police have come and gone, finding no leads on who or what could have done this. During school hours, the classrooms and hallways are packed with students, but after 3 p.m., which is the time now, there are very few people kind of left in and about the area. There are many posters for school events on the walls, as you can see in the handout that I posted to you.
BJ
Maybe
grabs
have-
the cardboard cutout and like tucks it under his arm, so is now like carrying this cardboard cutout
Yeah,
around with him.
let's
as they
get that out of a
Shouldn't we bring
trafficked
that-
area. But
Shouldn't we bring
can't
this
Alpha
back?
identify that? Maybe.
Yeah, like
Yeah,
have
definitely, I
R2D2
think-
identify it or something.
As far as like for safekeeping or potential reversal.
So as you
Probably
move over
back to
to
Alpha 5.
the cardboard cutout of the kid, the hallway of Angel Grove High School is like that of countless other high schools. Posters line the walls, and there's an inspirational one featuring a cat in a Power Ranger suit that says, "Climb and realize your dreams." Next to is another poster that says, "Join the Science Club." Beside a life-size poster of a teenage boy. At the other end of the hall, lockers line the walls. So I just want to make sure you understand. I wasn't just making that up. There's just a thing that they wrote. Like this, and they yeah.
I do see the cardboard cutout at the end of the hallway and the picture you have in roll 20.
Guys, what if I took the cardboard cutout with me back to command, and me and Alpha can try and decipher a way to bring him back to normal?
So if you kind of like inspect it and are saying that, does anybody like pick it up or like maneuver it? Like it does look like it's standing there.
Ooh,
Yeah.
I ain't touching that.
BJ BJ picked
That
it up.
is not
I'll
my
try
job.
to like
So
gently adjust it.
BJ would notice that first off, it's not. There's no standee or anything. There's nothing like holding it up. And when you kind of grab it to move it, it's a lot heavier than you expected a cardboard cutout to be. It weighs like a good 45 pounds.
So
and-
not as much as the actual person, but still pretty hefty.
Right.
You guys, I think this is like granite, maybe. I don't know. It's pretty hefty.
It feels,
Dehydrated?
it feels like cardboard in your hands, but it definitely does have a weight to it. You look at the front, and it's his front. You look at the back, and it's his back. You will notice that the level of clarity of the image is hyper realistic. In fact, it's almost as if the person was standing there, except that they were two-dimensional and printed on cardboard.
Hey, Lewis, you
I'm not gonna
look
lie.
like you lost a little bit of weight there.
That and that alone is like enough for like a Cthulhu.
Yeah.
Like, let's go. But yeah, so you're currently inspecting the standee. There's a couple of different skills you can kind of employ here, or questions you can ask. So it did sound like somebody wanted to see if Alpha 5 had any kind of forensic ideas as to what to inspect.
Aye.
You're gonna have to bring it here for forensic investigation. If you want to teleport back, I can bring you back. But if you want to do some more reconnaissance there, that's fine too.
AKA, that's why I said split the party. I'll go back with it, and me and
So-
Alpha.
Micah
And-
goes back with the standee.
Yeah.
Okay. And then everyone else kind of remains there. Is there any places in the again? It's a high school. I think
The
everybody
actual
here's,
student council room.
yeah. You're going into the student council room. You said.
Not like I would know where that's at, but I assume
It's-
it's right nearby where we're at. So.
Yeah, 19B. It's like right there. Yep.
Okay. So one of the brainy people is going back to base to sort of investigate this cardboard cutout.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I am.
Okay, well, I think it would probably be smart to keep one of the brainy people with everybody else. So,
Yeah, somebody that looks like they'd actually be elected to student council, come with me to actually tell me
Alex.
what they do in here.
Alex for sure is that person.
Finally, something for me to do.
If you go into 19B, Drew and Alex, you would see that the room contains 25 desks that are nearly empty, save for a few stray papers and pens. An ordinary classroom, there's nothing to see or learn here. It looks like the student council meeting was finished yesterday, and everything's kind of been maneuvered and moved beyond that.
The whole student council thing is just as boring as I thought it would be.
And
Well, it tends to be more interesting when the rest of the council is here. I don't think you're getting the best picture.
outside BJ, go ahead and make an alertness roll for me. Difficulty value 11.
and I got edge.
Yep.
Alertness, you said difficulty 11?
You betcha.
Okay, so no skill shift, that's 11.
I'll have to do more research on skill shifting, but yeah, to figure out why or how that works. But yeah, that's enough. So you would think about it and kind of looking at the ground, you would note that the area has been filled with high school kids several times since yesterday. It's a high school. The standee looks like it's been kind of maneuvered around, even by the people who appear to have cleaned between yesterday and today. You can
Okay,
kind of,
and did nobody. This is a student at the school. Presumably, it's been moved by other students and employees at the school.
no.
Senior prank, bro.
So you're actually looking at it, and it looks like they just left it in front of his locker, and no one has moved him. They don't know what to do with him, is the presumption.
How- Does Lewis, is he very short on friends?
I'll be honest, real quick, I want to make sure this is clear. If I am ever turned into a cardboard standee of myself, and you folks find it, just leave me. Just leave me where I'm at.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, man. Free yourself from this mortal coil. Totally fine. It's 2022. I get it.
I want to be a cardboard standee. So back at the command center, Micah, you arrive, and Alpha 5, walks over to you. Zordon appears, and then you start investigating the cardboard standee, kind of putting it onto the devices, and you can go for either science or technology skill test.
All right.
Let me
But before you
see.
make those, I would like for you and also Chris to make an insight roll.
Insight roll.
Difficulty value for this insight is 13.
Insight.
I
What
don't
is
see an
that?
insight skill.
Hell
Me
yeah.
neither.
Chad, hell yeah. Zordon's thirsty, baby.
Yeah. he like
I
warped
see
back,
an
and Zordon's like, "Oh
alert.
shit!"
Hold on. What was that, Andy?
Alertness?
Insight.
There is no insight.
There has to be an insight. It tells me there's an insight for you to have to roll. Why would it tell me to have you make a skill check that doesn't exist?
I'm sorry.
wonder-
I
I wonder if everybody has different lists of skills.
Under smarts, I have alertness, culture, science, survival, and technology.
Oh,
Yeah.
nope.
Athletics, brawn, conditioning, intimidation, might. This game is silly.
Yeah.
That's fine. So since insight isn't real, go ahead.
Sounds like us.
Go ahead and make a Chris, you make a streetwise roll, and Micah, you make an alertness roll.
No specialization, no skill shift, difficulty 11, you said?
Correct.
Looking through this
No
rulebook
edge.
thing, it shows insight under alertness as a sample specialization for whatever that's worth.
Oh, cool. Good note.
Yeah, like I think alertness covers insight, investigation, and perception.
Great.
Each of these skills seems to have like 3 or 4 sub skills that are not listed anywhere on the character sheet.
So
Do
instead
you
of
want me to do that instead?
yeah, make an alertness with insight as the specialization. So I get it. That's interesting. So it'll be like smarts is the stat, willpower is the defense, alertness is the skill, insight is the specialization. Cool, easy peasy.
19.
All right, so the both of you,
21.
the both of you actually having looked at the standee for a bit and carefully kind of thought about it. What you do know is it looks like Lewis was absolutely like in his standee, looked like he was absolutely shitting his pants, scared. Yep, like he looked like he was very, very scared. It's,
I don't mean to like backtrack too hard, but on the skills thing, I think this module is just written poorly because the first part of using skills is just says choose a skill, and it says the GM can either propose which skill is most applicable or the person can choose which skill they think. So you can search a room and that can be accomplished. It gives the example alertness to search, technology's knowledge of the security system to find out more about it, infiltrations, burglary aspect. So I think this module is just saying
shit.
like
It's shit.
if you have insight as a specialty, that's great, but they pre-built these characters without looking at what the module was writing.
This
for
is
the
what
GMs.
happens
Like,
when you have cops write the module.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
apparently
man.
was written by cops.
This is a fucking I don't know. But I think it says insight, and then we're supposed to propose what we think
Or
would be.
I would say alertness, and you would
Right.
propose insight. Got it. Because it's actually I say the skill. You decide the special.
Well, no, the skill is smarts. The specialization is alertness or culture, but they could have picked
no,
intuitive, right? Like because there's
no. Smarts is the stat. Alertness is the skill. Alertness has insight as a specialization. If you click on alertness, it'll go specialization, right? And you'll say, yeah.
Yeah, but it doesn't specify
Oh, it doesn't
insight.
specify which.
Yeah, that's right.
So for me, I have like bonus skill levels. You gain the following list of skills to acquire at the D2 skill die, or at a specialization to said skill if you already possess it. Intimidation, might, alertness, culture, survival, infiltration, animal handling, deception, performance, streetwise. It doesn't tell me what I've already have, so that I
Right.
then possess specialization.
Cool. Okay. Well, I'm gonna wing it.
Yeah, it's these sheets aren't set up right. That's what
and
they're missing.
the
Those
module
things.
is poorly written.
Yeah.
So I know science is a skill because I'm looking at a character sheet and it exists. So I'm gonna have Micah make a science roll with specialization because I'm sure you can justify it, you fucking nerd. Or technology, whichever you think is better for you.
Technology.
That's the one.
Skill shift, no change. What's the DC?
Difficulty value is 13 on this one.
13. Submit. And what's this? What am I trying to ascertain with this roll?
So you're just kind of doing like a full-on forensic scan of the standee.
All right. I'm going to use my one of my idea points from my Eureka power, so I can gain edge on this roll.
Cool.
14.
Nailed it. You know that the high school doesn't have access to the type of printer that is required to print such a high resolution print. And even if it did, there's no reason why it should be so heavy. Since you're scanning it at the command center, you'll note that the scan, the life-size cardboard Sandy, and reveal that it is Lewis Jennings, who was recently reported missing. The scan also determines that something has removed all the water from his system, reducing him to a two-dimensional image, and that the cardboard itself is susceptible to destruction and fire.
This is dark as hell.
Dude, I totally said he was dehydrated.
He's alive, but he
Suffering horribly.
is in a type of stasis. Alpha 5 will work to return the teenager to his normal self, but he suggests that the Power Rangers continue their investigation, especially in the face of this new dehydration development. You earn a story point group. Everybody gains a story point for having gotten Lewis to Alpha 5.
He says, just throw him in a vat of water.
Like one of those sponge dinosaurs. Just drop him.
Probably not how it works.
What? Why not? Why not?
You don't know until you try.
Look,
Listen, man. I got a 2 smarts. That plan works as far as I'm
Alpha
concerned.
5
You know
is-
what?
Alpha
Just
5
put his feet in, and if his feet turn 3-dimensional, we're
Wait,
good, right?
Alpha 5 says, hey, he's not a sea monkey. I'll try and work on the computers. Aye, aye, aye. You thought you were smart.
No, it's Chris who said it.
So
Alpha, Chris has his own set of unique skills that he brings to the table.
So the
Smarts
class, yeah,
happens to not be one of them.
strength 7. Strength 7. It's like a dump truck. That said,
When he hits,
haha, I got him. You were investigating the school still. So we have searched the council room, or room 19B, which was used as the council room. There are other parts of the high school to investigate. That if you want to investigate them, you certainly can.
It sounds like the spooky dehydrating death clowns teleported out after
Sure.
grabbing Maya, so
Does the school have security cameras?
No.
Okay.
This was made.
they
in
have
the
plenty of
90s.
school resource officers, but no security cameras.
This was made in the 90s.
Okay, that's fair.
And obviously, like when this happened, the resource officers were,
In the break room?
yeah, they were just hanging back. Like, no, they were aware of the event. They just didn't want to rush in or anything, unless they be turned
They're like,
into
"Hey, man,
cardboard
like,
sing
I
by
will-"
themselves.
A gaggle of clowns just walked into a high school. It'll be fine.
So the options that you kind of have available to you, like, I mean, if you want to go like to the main office and talk to people there, you want to go check the computer room because remember, Mike had kind of said that the printers obviously aren't capable, but who knows? You might be able to learn something there. Computer rooms are always cool, and you could try and like talk to more people who are available to you. to like get more information from anybody who might have been there, because nerds are probably in student council and they might have after school activities.
Right. I guess could I make I guess computers my
You know,
my specialty?
yeah, that works. So you're going to the computer lab. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Related to your study, my study is computers. Cool.
So the computer lab, because of the nature of computers, is kind of close to the main office, and it appears that, and also as you know, the all the computers in the school are networked to the school's main server. All student records, including those of Maya, Luis, are stored on the server, protected under password that only Mr. Kaplan, the principal of Angel Grove, knows, and some other select administration, but nobody that you would know of.
And the cops.
You can attempt to hack the computer in the office and gain access to it if you're looking for something specific and are willing to risk the cops. Or
Background bond. I will take risks to learn new information.
dope. So, do you want to? Sneak?
Yeah, I'm gonna.
So you're just walking in and heading to one of the computers, or sneaking in?
I mean, I'll kind of scope the area out first to make sure there's not like
Doesn't
anything to worry about.
doesn't look like anybody's in the computer lab, and like there isn't anybody. Like it's if you've ever been in like school after class, like it's quiet. It's still. Also, this is in California, so a lot of you Midwesterners and Northeasterners aren't aware of how schools actually work. It's not an indoor campus, so you're not like walking around right now in a hall like it shows in the picture. The computer lab and main office are probably closer to like the front, and you kind of walk outside to get to them.
Well, you go do that. I'll just loiter outside because I guarantee they will pay more attention to me than whatever is going on inside the computer room.
That's great. You can be a distraction and a lookout.
You head on in. Go ahead and make an infiltration skill check.
Not a specialization. No skill shift. Difficulty?
Difficulty 14.
Normal?
Uh-huh. Okay. So you realize that the door to the office area is locked. And so you kind of maneuver around to try and kind of get into the space. But as you're doing so, and as Drew is kind of standing out and about, you do see that Mr. Kaplan sees you and is kind of walking over in your direction after having stopped at the vending machines. Walks over to Drew, sees BJ, and says, "I would have expected better from you, BJ. Okay, Drew, you two get out of here. Get off campus. You're not doing anything. You're not here for any after-school activities. Come on."
Oh, I need to get there was an assignment on the computer. I
First-
forgot to grab it before I
I'll
left.
interject since this is more my specialty, we'll say. First, you want me to show up to school more often. Now you want me to leave?
he kind of says in response, and then he kind of goes, "Okay," and then kind of like reassesses the situation. Assignment, nods his head, looks at Drew. Go ahead and make a deception roll, and I'm going to give you edge on this because that's really cunning.
Can't wait to roll a 1.
And because BJ is helping too, I'm going to let you skill shift it as well. Which I believe, you don't have deception as a skill, right, Chad?
I do not.
Okay, then go
I
ahead.
have persuasion.
What is your persuasion dice?
D4.
Go ahead and throw that on your skill shift.
Even see a D4 on here. It's
Let me
-1 for a D2 or +1 for a 1D6.
let me see here.
So a D4 would be +2 because +1 is a D2, +2 is a D4.
So
If
skill
that's,
shift
if
1D8.
that's how
I
you're
think.
trying to translate it,
Yeah, correct.
right, John?
Correct. All right. So you see him kind of go, okay. he kind of pulls a key out of his pocket and kind of unlocks the door, leads you in, and he says, Drew, it's good that you're hanging out with people like BJ. BJ's a really level-headed kid. And so, it's good that you're showing me that you're trying here. I'm sorry for being
You were right all along, Mr. Kaplan. If I'm going to make it to college, I got to study harder.
That's right. That's right. If you're gonna go to Angel Grove University, that's right. He walks over to a computer and kind of starts typing, and you see him punch in the password. And if you want to make an alertness check, the two of you, to see if you can kind of have scoped that for maybe future reference, you can.
All right. Can I use my specialization since it's related to computers?
Yes.
Skill shift.
All right. Drew, your eyes, literally, as he's typing it, you're like, oh my god. The password
What
is
the fuck?
password. Chad, you don't pick it up, but Drew does. You can see Drew kind of like face, kind of like, go full Tom mode. Just like, really?
I don't know that the rest of these people understand that, but yes, yeah.
Chad does. He's played a couple games too. But you move to the computer, and then he's opened up to you, and he says, I've opened it in, you should be able to access what you need. You know how to lock the door, right, BJ?
Yes, absolutely,
Okay.
Mr. Kaplan, sir.
And if you need any help from me, I'm going to be back in my office, okay? And it's just that door down, Drew, okay? I know you know where it's at. He smiles and walks out the door.
I know the shortest way there. Don't worry, BJ.
He heads away. Once on the computer, what are you looking for?
Oh shit.
Just type in clowns.
So if you want to do like a general search on Maya, you can go ahead and make a technology computers roll. So that would be BJ for you. So you would have specialization. And then
Listen, man, the only contribution I had was getting you into this room. I'm useless from here on.
Right. He's like, oh right, and he like cracks his knuckles and like starts clacking away.
this will kind of give you just general information about Maya. But if you really want to get like the detailed information, BJ, it's going to be like a hacking kind of deal.
God damn it!
Try password.
That is my third failure in a row.
You're not able to find anything, and it seems to Drew like you're overcomplicating the search and like the thought process here. Drew, I know your roll isn't going to be much better, but if you want to make a roll yourself and kind of like guide BJ as to where you might think it would be.
On technology?
Yeah, technology. You don't have any bonuses, nothing here. Just straight roll. Difficulty value on this is going to be a 13 for you.
Oh, whoops. I should have had edge on that roll.
Okay.
Don't worry, Drew's here to save the day, apparently.
So, BJ, as you're kind of like, I don't know what to look for. And you're like saying words that like, Drew's like, no. Drew eventually just says, this is what you need to look for. And then it's like, oh, there it is, as you kind of are directed.
It's not a school assignment. Don't try so hard.
You would note that Maya, of course, has excellent grades. You learned that from the police report. You would note that Lewis was in detention down the hall. You would note that Maya's single mother, Miss Sophia Lopez, works for a company called Emergent Tech, a famous leading-edge tech company here in Angel Grove's ARC district. And you would note that you have all contact info and address information for Sophia and Maya. With that.
We'll write that down. Stuff that paper in his pocket.
Okay. Moving from you, Chris, you're kind of where you first appeared and moved into the standee. You're kind of open to do whatever you like. Like I said, there are still people on campus that you can kind of talk to if you just want to talk to people, or if there's anything else that you can think of that you'd want to try to do.
He's just gonna look more carefully at the standee and.
It zipped back with Micah to the command center. So you can do since you're just standing there with Alex, like if you two kind of like done in the room 19B, if you want to go talk to people, the two of you, you could. Or if you want to zip back to the command center, you can do that too. What would you like to do?
Zach, are you there?
I'm going to take that as a negative. Oh, or he's
Okay.
muted.
So I guess we just want to wait because we want to go as a group to the next location.
Okay, well, you know Micah's already soloed back to the command center, so if you want to wait for BJ and Drew, you can.
Yep.
Okay, great.
So I
Sorry,
think we should
I'm here.
No problem. He's asking what we want to do. We were not in the computer room, and I didn't want to leave for the next location without them.
Do you want to talk to any of the kids who are still on campus and see if there was any eyewitnesses who might have seen what happened?
Yeah, is there anyone around? I'm relatively popular at school. I
Yeah.
imagine. Is there anyone around who I know or who looks like they're willing to talk to me? Just like I know people. People know me. Let's just pop around and say hello.
Yeah, sure. So if you kind of started talking around, you would note that Maya was last seen leaving the student council room, 19B, at 3:45 to be picked up by her mother. Maya never arrived to be picked up. Yep. If you folks are kind of keeping in contact with one another, is that the case, or are we reporting anything to everybody? I know you're hearing it, but are you?
Yeah, we got risk communicators.
Risk communicators, yeah.
Yeah.
And cell phones, but wait, no, this is the 90s. You don't have cell phones. You do have risk communicators.
Yeah, we don't have cell
Excuse
phones,
me,
but we-
my dad has a phone in his car.
I can't do hand gestures, so I can't show you that I picked up something that was brick shaped.
Is it really in 90s though?
I don't know.
Because
Have to
it's
be.
because it says let. I'm just saying because Zin Lilin last seen walked away to record a video for social media.
Yeah, I
We
don't
got
think this is
smartphones,
actually set in
people.
the 90s.
Damn. You got me there. You got me there, Andy. You get an edge on your next roll.
Getting a whole 4 frames per second for proto MySpace.
So you would know that Maya's mom's workplace is Emergent. So you would kind of have an understanding of if you were wanting to follow up with Maya's mom, or that company or whatever, you could do that. But yeah, that's all the information you really can gather here. Go
what
ahead.
does BJ know offhand about Emergent?
Emergent.
They're a social media company.
They are not a social media company.
No, they're an emergent social media company.
Emergent. There's no T.
Oh, okay. My bad.
Branding, Chad.
Okay, so Emergent. Wow. Okay. Missing in action. Area 1. Emergent Tech handout. So Emergent Tech is they have the tallest skyscraper in Angel Grove, and it is a
6 whole stories.
they are responsible for the gold rush boom that has not only sustained Angel Grove, but made it a virtual boom town and battleground for tech and bio research companies, from which folks profit from. It is one of the most successful tech companies in the area and all about.
What is her mother's position there?
That's not something you can get on the computer.
Chief researcher of the Dehydrator 9000.
Unless you want to try and dig deeper, but again, that's the hacking portion. And if you
Yeah, and that information's probably not on the school network.
yeah,
BJ says, I think we should check this place out.
okay, cool.
I don't know that anybody else in the school is going to have more information on teleporting clowns, so.
Speaking of teleporting clowns, you all zip back to the command center.
Rude.
And once there, need to decide what the next step is. Looking at the logs of the missing kids, and the information that you have on offer, what would you like to teleport to next?
Guys, what did you find out at the school?
Cybersecurity's terrible.
Yeah. Yeah, Drew's an excellent liar. Also,
Really good, you guys.
Maya's mother works at Emergent Technologies. I think it might be worth taking a look.
What does Emergent Technologies do?
Not have a T at the end of their name.
Yeah, it's Emergent, not Emergent. But they're a technology research and development company. They are responsible for a lot of the initial like boom growth of Angel Grove. They're
Pee my pants.
I imagine they're into a lot of really important things. It could be related to why the clowns showed up and took her daughter.
I am defending a corporation that probably doesn't even matter. way
Hey,
hard.
John, real quick.
Yeah.
Because I have the whole thing where like basically the power force gives me extra knowledge, being the Blue Ranger. Does that make any kind of sense to me from the extra knowledge I've been given?
No, not really. Like, not that you're aware of. Like, you know that they're kind of in bio stuff, like, that could play with, like, you know, the situation, but you're not sure. You can ask Alpha 5.
Alpha 5, this doesn't seem to mess with anything I know. Does Emergent Technologies, do we know about General Rita off the cuff?
A
Or out
little
of
bit.
character?
Yeah, you've probably been given the spiel.
Okay. Does General Rita ever work with human companies?
Yeah, anyone who's willing to serve to help Lord Zed and all of the evil that is, of course they would take any help that they can get. Although the people helping them are really stupid because Rita wouldn't care about them and would turn them into horrifying monsters, probably. I turned into Morty. Oh, midway through, it was weird.
Oh man.
I don't remember this episode of Intergalactic Cable.
Right? Yeah, this is definitely Intergalactic Cable.
I would love to see an intergalactic cable where Rick is Zordon and Morty is Alpha 5.
Get to tweeting.
If it happens, oh god, I can't remember the name of the guy who made the show. But
Damn.
I'll know. Yeah, you stole my idea, you son of a bitch.
Be real, John. You'd be elated that he stole your idea.
Yeah, that'd be fair. And I tell everyone to watch this episode so that they can see that I was the one who thought about it. But yeah, looking at the situation, that kind of creates a new area for you to kind of look at. Emergent Tech, the building there. And then, of course, the victims' families' homes. You can check those out if you'd like. Because you now have, after kind of looking through the information, you were able to get Maya's information, so you kind of have an idea of where she's located. You'll have to go to the university to kind of get the information regarding the others. I'd say you'd have the address. You have their police file, so that makes sense.
We have their GPA, if nothing else.
Yeah, if you've got their GPA, you've got their address, all right?
So UCAG, victims' homes, or Maya's mom's workplace.
Mm-hmm.
We also have the beach.
Yep.
Where someone was taken. That's correct.
Mm-hmm.
How would you like to go forward?
And maybe we could find that missing phone that was left on the ground. That might help.
Are we about to do a beach episode, guys?
That's what this whole thing was.
Like
Synchronized
put
running on
teenagers
the
into
beach, right?
bathing suits.
I got a
Classic TV.
No. Middle-aged people, you in bathing suits, posing as teenagers.
Much more
Top.
appropriate.
No.
I guess let's go to the beach, see if these are connected. Because it's going to be a little hard to explain why we're showing up at the victims' houses.
Or at some technology company.
I don't know. I think I look like I work there.
I mean, I think BJ could probably make the pitch that he's interested in an internship.
You couldn't even get past the principal, man. I'm not liking your
Shut
chances.
up, okay? We got what we got. Thank you.
Get off my back, man.
As you're kind of doing the initial kind of understanding of what's happening here, yesterday at about
Why is there a dog in a trash can?
we're getting there. simmer down. It's gonna make sense. Yesterday,
The dog has a tutu
Is
as well.
it gonna make sense?
I'm
Oh,
not
no,
optimistic.
not Clementine.
Rangers, shut the fuck up.
Guys,
Yesterday
listen to Zordon.
at 2:10 p.m., Zin Lilin, her Pomeranian purse dog, Clementine, and her BFF, Wendy Yee, skipped the job fair on campus at UCAG and went to the beach to tan. Wendy walked away to get a better shot of herself for her social media post with Lilin and the Playa de la Paz Pier.
Oh, so
In the
cell phones are a
background.
thing.
Yeah, we covered that. While she was shooting the video, Pineapple the Clown and a mime appeared and walked up to Leland, who promptly informed them they were blocking her son. According to the people that you're able to kind of gather information about, it would seem that they were turned into cardboard standees. Clementine was eventually thrown in a trash can.
Wow.
By the mime, according to eyewitnesses.
Hey, Micah, do you have any connections with a clown college or anything?
By a mime?
This is just A+ writing.
I'm doing the best that I can over
Wait,
here.
you said
No.
by a mime?
No, this is perfect.
Wait, so is the dog a cardboard cutout as well?
The dog
Yes.
is a cardboard
With-
cutout that's
With
in
ice cream
you would
on
actually,
it now.
You would actually see it. It's still in the trash bin.
Oh my goodness.
That's really horrible.
Wow.
In actuality, it looks like someone pulled the standee out, emptied the trash, and put the dog back in.
It really does.
So, yeah, witnesses from a distance claim that the clowns look like they just disappeared, vanished.
Well, we can't just leave the dog here. BJ like takes it out and like kind of shakes it to get the ice cream off. And then like gets on the wrist communicator. Is like, Alpha, we found another cardboard cutout.
Aye, aye, aye. Who is it now? Do you know?
It's Clementine,
Little dog too.
a little dog named Clementine.
It's not a human. Why do you care? I don't understand. I'm a robot. Okay, send it back. I'm locked onto it. I'm gonna get him. Zoop, it's gone. Teleport the Sandy to the command center.
John, being a sculptor of sorts, can I look to see if the clowns have left any kind of clay or any kind of residue that isn't matching up with sand?
Make an alertness roll.
All
I
right.
would say with that, go ahead and
If
don't add your.
I
Go ahead.
see him doing that, can I help?
Yeah, I'll allow that. But what I was going to say, don't add your edge, don't add your specialization if you are making a more general kind of just alertness, kind of like perception roll around the area. But if you want to focus specifically on what you stated, go ahead and add your specialization. I'm just letting you know the scope will narrow.
I'm going to narrow that scope because a narrow scope equals we maybe get where we need to go faster if I succeed.
Okay.
Am I getting a skill shift?
Yeah, so the skill shift's coming from Zach if they are, or if Alex is.
Yeah, they're gonna help.
It'll
Okay.
be a plus what?
So what's your dice in alertness, Alex?
I think it's only 2.
Yeah, so just a 2.
D2.
So that'll be a plus 1?
Yeah.
All right, submit. And then what's the difficulty?
Difficulty value, because of what you said, is going to be a 15.
All right. And I do have edge though.
Hey.
Yeah.
Critical success.
So you're kind of looking at the trash. It looks like there's some trash on the beach and the trash can I mentioned. You'd also note that the kind of area has a bit of trash on it. Like when the dog was thrown into the trash can, it might have caused some to kind of blow out. And the person who got the trash out, like I mentioned yesterday, just didn't care. But you'd also notice that it does look like a couple of the pieces of trash kind of are almost pointing towards the pier. there isn't really much about anything you're kind of focused on. It's mostly just that you can kind of tell from this point, like you can almost see like the shot that they were doing, like it's literally just that picture. Like it's almost as if they were trying to get in the background for scenic kind of look. You'd also notice that it does look like on the pier, there are a lot of people out on the beach, but there aren't so many people out on the pier. Instead, it looks like there are clowns on the pier.
Guys,
Ugh,
there's clowns on the pier.
it's morphin' time. Let's go.
Let's see if we can find Pineapple.
We can't morph out here. There's too many people. We've got to get closer first. And I start
No.
running.
I agree with Alex.
You would also note that Wendy Yee has not been seen since then as well, but you don't have a cardboard Sandy of her, and according to what you've been told, she wasn't taken by the clowns.
So you're saying it's Wendy's fault?
It's
All right.
Wendy did it.
No one filed a missing persons report for her.
Before we run off,
She
I'm assuming there's still not a
Wendy
phone on the
filed
ground.
the missing persons report. That was the last time Wendy was seen.
Oh no,
Yeah.
Chris was
Right?
already sprinting towards the clowns. He's gone.
She has not been seen since she filed the police report. Correct.
Got it.
She was not seen, like, nobody knew what happened to her after this. It was basically disappear, file a police report, and that's all you got from her. You know that these two are very active on social media. They use a web page. This is legit what it says in the book. They probably use something like, popular, like MyFace.
Oh God.
I did say a proto MySpace. What do you, John? I assume her phone is still not on the ground.
Not that you can see anywhere.
Is
no.
there a lost and found?
You got the cardboard standee. We already discussed that. Go ahead and make a alertness roll.
Difficulty.
Difficulty value is 15. Okay. So yeah, no, there doesn't appear to be anything like out and about near the trash, in the trash can, etc. It doesn't appear to be here.
Is there a lost and found?
Not really. If there is, it's kind of, like just a lifeguard post.
All right, I guess to the clowns then.
All right. So
Happy birthday to the clowns.
if you head over to the pier, you will see that there is kind of like an area where people are like at the base of the pier, but there looks like there's kind of just nobody really going in onto the pier for whatever reason. You can see that there's setup happening, and it looks like this very elaborate looking kind of fun house that's been kind of built out onto the pier. Looks like there's a big clown face on it, and there's also signage that says Fun Fair, and it states tomorrow will be the day that it opens.
Oh, these aren't nefarious clowns. They're just carnies.
Yet.
Arguably
Is there a
worse.
difference?
Yeah, arguably worse.
But yeah, if you want to head over in that direction, you'll note that you can see that there are some people milling around near the entrance to the funhouse from a distance. I'd like everybody to go ahead and make an infiltration roll.
Ooh.
Oof.
I'm assuming. Oh, okay. There is actually an infiltration. Okay.
There is, yeah. No specialization, no skill shift.
Nothing like that, no.
Difficulty?
Difficulty value is a 9.
Oh.
Do we get edge because most of us have been clowns this whole time?
No.
It says auto snag from skill value?
Yeah, because you suck at hiding, apparently.
Oh. I still got a success.
Okay,
Oh
great.
yeah, look at this. This how we do.
So you're able to kind of sneak up on them, kind of maneuver up to it. You can see that there are 4 clowns, but as you look at them, the faces are very much recognizable. The same look of what you've seen putty patrollers to have, except that they're wearing clown outfits as well, but their faces are just putty patroller faces.
It's morphin time.
You see that one of these clowns appears to be standing on stilts, and then you can also see a mime. Probably the mime what done it.
I hate mimes.
I'll make sure to emphasize the mime for you. So I'm
It's
putting,
morphin mime. I mean time.
I'm putting you out onto the zone there. In your current position, you know that Morphin will probably cause them to be alerted to your presence. It's kind of going to be hard to morph without them hearing you, obviously, because you can't quietly morph. But yeah, you're on the map now. And I'm assuming you're either hiding kind of like up at the top behind that weird little doohickey mabob, or you're hiding behind the other Madoodad over there.
I'd rather be hiding closer than further away, although I am pretty fast.
Basically, you're at the board edge.
Oh, okay, so it's just wherever we want along the board edge?
Yeah, that's fine. Like I was saying, like you could be hiding like there or behind this thing.
Yeah, we'll do like right there.
Cool. But yeah, the putty patrollers are kind of moving like you would expect a putty patroller to move. You've seen the show. They have a very specific way of moving. And since you can't see my hands or any of my body, I can't really show you that. But thank you, Tim. Thank you. That's how they're moving. They look absolutely stupid, but we love them for it.
Do it again, Tim. I didn't see it.
That being said,
Nice.
Love it.
if you are wanting to just get right to it, Power Morphers up, and we can just say that the first round of combat is you switching forms.
Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Can I, before we do all gung-ho morpher time,
Yeah.
I observe their movements and from my knowledge of sculpting, get a sense of what might be a weak point in their design?
Not really getting much of that. Basically, you're kind of seeing that they are kind of like, moving about, being awkward. But what you can hear too is like screams of like panic kind of coming from like the other side of the pier. And you would have noticed, but nobody really asked what was going on with the people who were waiting over and not on the pier. It looks like there are still a couple of like stragglers who are running away from the funhouse and trying to get to the other side of the pier. So you folks walking that way was definitely noticed, but yeah, it's fine. But yeah, they didn't really notice. Not a lot of people noticed you. Nobody called out for you. Hey, don't go that way. Those weirdos. But yeah, you would kind of understand that like everyone's kind of fled off the pier from these things, and these ones are the ones that are kind of at the door. You see the macabre scene as it's kind of like the end of it, as it's kind of played out. There's a group of clowns, some juggling and some performing on stilts, with others who are dancing with life-size cardboard cutouts. The putties, who are making their very specific moves, are kind of doing this around these life-size cutouts. One clown in particular, with wild blonde hair, wearing a bright red derby hat, red nose, red suspenders, with a giant green tie, seems to suddenly turn and become aware of you when you morph. And then he says, "Don't frown, my fellow clowns! Turn your frowns upside down! Get them!" If you're going into the morphing mode, that would be just kind of... He says that as you are throwing for the morphers. In the show, there was kind of like a chronological issue with things happening like this. Like, it would be like a whole minute block of morphing. So we're just going to go ahead and say it works out, and it's fine.
So we just morph now.
Yes, and we're going to roll it into...
It's morphin time! Triceratops!
Pterodactyl!
I appreciate
I
you
can't
too.
find anything in the rules
Tyrannosaurus
about
Rex.
So hard.
personal power.
I will add Andy to it. Go ahead and gain edge for the first roll of the combat. Your initiative. if it allows for it. Andy, Zach, and Tim.
Nice.
Sounds
I'll
like
take it.
just too apathetic to make a fool of myself.
No, my rolls
Dude,
do that
that's
for
what
me.
this
I don't
whole
need
thing
any
was
help.
About. I'm making a fool of yourself being a Power Ranger.
Hell yeah, that's what we're here for today. Rangers. Beat the shit out of these bottom controllers. What? I'm cursing a lot.
Go, Tim.
Go Power Rangers!
Believe that I'm clipping
Wow.
this. Believe that I'm clipping this. That's happening.
Wow.
Okay. So, initiative all rolled out, right?
Not me. I was too busy guitar
Jamming
riffing.
out. I love it.
Nice.
Specialization, no. Skill shift, no. DC, okay. Submit.
Wow.
The power of guitar.
There it is.
Yeah.
All right. Okay, I'll just save myself a lot of time.
Wait, what?
Descending. Okay, so first on the docket is Micah. As you switch to Power Ranger mode, you see the situation as it's unfolding in front of you. Weird amounts of people who have been turned into cardboard standees, and the mime appears to be wielding a massive clown hammer and a clown. He's got like a clown hammer, which is clearly visible. Like think Harlequin kind of, big hammer. And then he appears to be kind of like throwing his hand up, like he's juggling a ball, but you don't see a ball. There's no ball in his hand. Like he's fucking miming.
Yeah. I hate mimes.
But very specifically miming a ball in his hand.
All right. So I'm gonna move up. Does this still work? I think I want to go there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm 40 feet away. Bonus action. I'm going to pull out my energy blast or my blade blaster. So I flip it out, and I was like, energy blaster, pop out, and I go to shoot him.
Okay.
And I want to. Is it possible to have another free action after I take my standard action?
Yeah, so you can take your actions in any order you want.
Okay, so I'm gonna shoot him. Specialization. It says I get specialization for my one thing, so I'll take it. Skill shift, no. What's the difficulty? I'm aiming for the dude with the blonde hair and
The stilts.
The stilts guy.
Yeah. Okay, so if you're shooting at him from range here, it'll be an 11 difficulty value.
11. Okay. And
I'm going to post something in the chat here real quick.
Yeah.
Go for the stilts.
Success.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah.
I think we should probably do that.
Absolutely. Yeah. So sorry, I forgot to say. When you morph, demorph, spend some time doing something, and then remorph, your power goes back to normal. You can't do it.
Cool.
You can't do it in combat. You can't chain it. But like every encounter basically presumes you're up.
Yeah, I was digging through the rulebook looking for anything about personal power, and it did not come out at all.
You're refreshed. I would assume that again, every episode, it's morphin time.
So can we go above our maximum?
No. Oh no. Yeah, I would assume so. Generating 1d2 personal power for each team member. So yeah, I assume that would go over if you grid power bloom.
Yeah, I think that would be a pretty nice way to. And it doesn't seem like it uses any sort of action, so we could just like do that at the start.
I would say that story points, you could use them, I'd say once per encounter. So you could each individually use like one. But I would say that you wouldn't be able to just like.
Well, to do the grid power bloom, all of us need to spend one.
Yes.
So I think for thematic points, all of us morphing at the same time, having a grid power bloom.
Do you want to do that?
Getting all super charged up and ready for this combat.
I'm not opposed to it. I'm
I'm
okay
not
with
opposed.
doing that tactically and like spending a story point.
And for dramatic effect, I do believe that this would be one of these kind of morphing time GIF. I'm gonna need.
What, that montage where everybody's like flipping over the camera?
I'm gonna need explosions, please. It is. It's morphin time.
It was on the clearance racket. Fucking.
Oh my god, where's the explosions though? I'm gonna need more explosions.
Alright.
I don't have enough explosions.
So I guess all of us roll 1d2, and that's how many extra.
Did you see the other thing I got?
Well, no, it would just be one person rolls 1d2,
It's on the
and then
fridge.
everybody gets that. So everybody gets one personal
I
power.
got you a present.
Who are you talking to? Zach? Micah, your turn is still your turn. Thank you. That's the one.
Oh, nice.
Oh fuck, dude, that is one hell of an explosion. Holy shit!
Yeah, boom. That is the
Wow, look at the wings that they have under their arms.
grid
Yeah,
power
that
blow.
Yellow Ranger actually looks pretty sick.
But yeah, Micah,
I
you get
got
the first turn.
spikes on my shoulder pads.
Yeah, there are way more rangers there. But what are you doing, Tim? You shot me, right? That's right.
Critical success,
Ooh, that's-
energy blaster 1, sharp 1 blade, and then bonus action. I wanted to, I guess, would it be an alertness roll to try and kind of view how that this ascertain a weakness from how my attack affected them.
So not everything's going to have a weakness like that. I will alert you if that's the case. I know you're hunting. It's a new system. You saw something happen with that first one, but yeah.
Well, no, it's more so also in Brains of Obran. I'm always looking for how can we fight this thing smarter.
Love it. This one does not have anything like that. But yeah, you hit it, and it basically just knocks it like clean right off of the stilts. It hits the ground, and the stilts kind of remain there. As it falls, it lands on top of one of the cardboard standees, and then kind of splits apart around it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say it broke one of the cardboard standees. I'm like, no!
Yeah, Micah, you murderer.
He appears to have been a putty. Micah, done.
I, for one, am shocked.
BJ up. Right?
Okay, so my movement is 30 feet.
Oh, I didn't remove you guys from the initiative board. That's why it's showing up twice.
My movement's 30 feet. That's not enough to put me into melee range. How does jumping work? Because when you're morphed, your jump distance is tripled.
I assume it's very D&D like. You could probably jump like 15 feet in the air.
Because I'm wondering if I can like combine my movement and a jump to close the distance.
It works like D&D. Your jump speed, your jump value has to fall inside of your movement.
Okay. Well, I guess I'll move closer and pull out my blade blaster and take a shot at this putty as I'm running in. So I'll end up about here. But during the course of my movement, I'm gonna shoot this putty in front of me.
Who did I delete?
Oh.
Chris. Well, okay.
Hey.
I got you.
So blade blaster, no specialization, no skill shift, difficulty.
You're shooting at a regular putty? Or are you shooting at the mic? Okay. The putty patrollers have it's 11. Difficulty value 11. Yeah, that hits.
Nice. That's a critical success.
Sparks fly. You're shooting that one that's closest, or are you shooting the one that's furthest?
The one that's closest.
Okay. Sparks fly, it flies to the ground, does the falls apart, and the rest of the putties are just like can't see my hands, dude.
That's right. You better be afraid.
All right, Chris, you're up.
Yeah, we also can't make it to the mime, so we're gonna take out our blaster.
Mm-hmm.
We could do that's a free action, right?
Yeah, it's part of the shooting.
And I have 40-foot range, so that'll make it.
This is California. Isn't this a felony?
Can't enter on your next roll.
Oh.
Fuck it.
No specialization?
No.
Andy, I think you're gonna have to move to be within range, right?
Within 30, within,
40
hold on a
feet?
second. Hold on. Oh, within 40 feet.
Closest is 45 from you.
Oh yeah, that's right. So let's go ahead and move. We're gonna move anyway. 5, 10, 15. I can get to here. And so then we'll shoot it.
Okay.
A difficulty?
11 if you're shooting a putty.
No, I'm shooting the mime.
Oh, okay. Also 11.
Oh, cool. And no edge?
No edge.
Okay.
Hits.
Success. And I want to use a thing. Oh wait, I can't do that unless it's a melee attack. Is the power strike thing?
No need, dude.
Okay.
Yeah,
Great.
boom. It drops the weapons. You do see a ball like thud, but you can't see it. It just kind of clumps on the carpet there.
I'm sorry. I see a ball.
Yeah, it had an invisible ball.
Okay.
You didn't get to use it because it died. And the ball disappears afterwards, more so than it was already being invisible. It's like now it's not existent.
Thanks for the clarification.
Yeah, it's Tyracle. You know, you kind of have to understand like how not manifest it is. Krista drew up. You can actually shoot your axe. I don't know if you.
I
knew
think
that.
I can only do that. Yeah, I saw that, but I think it's only one time, so I'm gonna save that for something else here.
Fair enough. Blade Blaster it is.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a sweet flip over Micah, and then I'm gonna shoot at the closest.
What do you say as you're flipping?
God, it's been like 20 years since I've seen the shot.
Oh!
Oh, right. Of course, karate noises. Is there and an explosion for no reason? Just that's how hard I jump off the ground. Is there's some
right.
sparks, a nice explosion.
I'll allow it.
Naturally.
This is getting really good. This is getting really... Blade Blaster attack. Sure. Miss. Finally.
I did too many. I was too focused on the explosion.
Versus the single putty, nobody could hit a fucking thing. Versus the group of putties, which I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do some fun. Half of them are dead first wave. Alex, you're up. Crossbow.
Yeah, so they're gonna pull out the crossbow, run, and kind of move up into this position. I'm going to spend a power point to volley 2 shots.
Okay.
And I'm also going to use the other 2 free actions to aim on those shots.
Okay. All out.
So that gives me the 2 up and right?
Yes.
Using specialization.
Yeah.
Yep.
Targeting.
+2 difficulty.
11. You'll have to do it a second time. Yep, and then the second one. All right. So with the critical success on the first one, I'm going to add a narrative flair. You kind of move the weapon and kind of like get ready, and you first think you're going to like do kind of like a wave shot to like hit the first one closest to you, and then hit next. And you kind of stop and look at it and go, aha! And you go the other direction. The first shot shoots and hits the one in the middle, and the arrow goes through it and slams into the one behind it. Both putties break apart, and then the second shot, the putty like looks at you as he turns, looks over his shoulder, then looks back at you as all of his friends are dead. He's dead. I mean, he's not dead because death doesn't happen in a kids show. He breaks apart into clay parts.
I don't know, man. There's a lot of cops in this kid's show too. I think maybe.
That definitely happens. So,
Clearly, the only thing I'm good at defeating is a principal.
the principle of it all. Okay, great. So they're all defeated. And,
I'll flip open my risk communicator and tell Alpha that we've got some other victims here to be taken care of.
Send them back. I'll do what I can. This is really hard stuff. Why are there so
Should have gone to fucking college.
That was
Wow.
just made not that long ago.
I believe in you, Alpha.
Thank you, Micah.
Let's head into the fun house.
it's like a robotic. Thank you, Mike. I really appreciate that.
System didn't support me. Why should it support you, Mr. Robot?
Are you going into the funhouse?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
Kick it down. Kick it in the teeth.
Dungeon time.
Knock down the door.
No, kick the teeth in. Let's go.
Got a dungeon. Got a dungeon. Oh my god. Okay, so we're all good with 10, right? I just want to make sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Cool.
Yeah.
I just want to make sure we're good on the times. I'm taking your tokens for a second. Bear with me here. Don't.
Mm-hmm.
John's like, finally something I understand. A dungeon.
I know these.
We're gonna have a boss encounter with all kinds of legendary actions. I feel it. It's coming.
Lair actions, mythic actions.
Hell yeah. Okay.
We're all frightened because of the fucking clown face at the front of the clown.
For
funhouse
sure.
opening up.
And you have to
Oh,
go
this is
into its
great.
mouth, and as you're doing
And
it,
now we're in a fucking void.
have you ever seen like old
Scroll down.
Goosebumps films or old Goosebumps episodes, or like Are You Afraid of the Dark? Like crap, and like there's like that creepy like funhouse kind of trope they have in a number of them. That's happening now. It's like as you kind of go in, and it's got the music that I don't have, and thank God.
I think I would have preferred a job fair.
I believe this time it would be more of a dun 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 dun. Ba-ding.
Yeah.
Oh God.
Absolutely. But yeah, as we're going into the space, you would see that the funhouse, when you first enter in, the mouth, clown mouth, open, like, and its tongue is kind of like what you're walking on and in. The tongue is kind of like a squishy substance, which you all very quickly kind of realize it's like a gym mat. But no. No. Stop. No. I can't. I don't know if that's copywritten or not. Anywho,
It was under 10 seconds. I think you're good.
inside there are two wooden gates, which are kind of like similar to like an old timey saloon. And once you push those through, you kind of enter in, shaped in, the form of white teeth that are you kind of breaking through. And then the main entry room that you enter in is kind of colorful, polka dot flooring. It looks like it's a staging area. So when visitors are coming in and they're in line, they would kind of stop here before they move into the next space. You can see there's a hallway tunnel, and the tunnel in question is red and white striped hallway, circular tunnel. And it looks like it's the throat of the clown-shaped funhouse. It's about 10 feet wide, 10 feet diameter. But it looks like it's pretty long. It goes down for quite a distance. And it looks like in the tunnel there is a there is a hat sitting kind of on it, sitting in the tunnelway.
A hat?
A hat. Like a top hat.
So ignore the two putties.
Oh, no. The hat is in that space where the putty is located. Sorry.
But all we see is a hat.
Yeah, the other one is Pineapple the Clown. It doesn't look like a putty. It's obviously not a putty, you guys. But he's there. And looks like he's shoving a hostage into a clown car filled with other people.
I'm sorry. Is the hostage a person or is the hostage a cardboard cutout?
The hostage is a cardboard cutout, and the clown car is filled with cardboard cutouts. That's how clowns do it. We now know that the riddle has been solved after all of these years.
How does it work?
Zorod's like, holy shit, this is a revelation. Thank you, Rangers. I'm more scared of clowns than I had ever been. And
Right.
I
Yeah, General
appreciate
Rita doesn't seem so bad.
that. Yeah, so he are in the hallway. Yeah. He kind of hops onto the car and and starts driving it towards away from you. So we're gonna go ahead.
Quick, after him! He's getting away.
We're gonna go ahead and just because it makes the most sense, go ahead and roll initiative, and we'll just do this beat for beat.
We still morphed.
Yeah. I assume there was like a commercial break between the putty fight and this,
Got it.
but like you're still Power Rangers.
Yeah, it was like we
Our
went through the
90s
door,
TV
and then it cut the commercial, and then after commercial, we're walking in.
Yeah, what would be a good like random think of like a random like commercial surge.
Fire! You'll get caught up in the crossfire! Crossfire!
That's a good one. That's a good one.
You go, Tim.
John, I can't click on my token, but I rolled a 12.
Yeah. Okay. Weird. At turn 12. Anybody else have an issue with that or no?
No, all good.
1, 2, 3, 4. Who am I missing? Alex. Zach, are you there? Thank you.
Sorry,
So-
there's a lot of things to click.
Okay, no worries.
So how many actions can we take in combat?
So you get one action standard, and you get one move action, and then you get as many free actions as you have for speed.
Okay.
So, that being stated, BJ, you're first on the docket, and like I said, there's a top hat on the ground, but it obviously looks like some sort of trap.
Okay, so during a creature or object's move action, they can choose to spend free actions in conjunction with their move action to buy additional movement. Each free action spent along with a creature or object's move action adds 5 feet to whatever type of movement they are using during the action. Treat exactly as the rest of a normal move action. Okay. Due to the existence of the sprint action, someone cannot spend free actions on buying additional movement that would double one of their movement types. Some of the writing in this is wonky.
Yeah.
Okay.
One of the main things I've noticed about reviews and stuff of this game, and every person who tries to do like a video where they're explaining how the game works, it's always like, what? Like the moments we're having here are not uncommon. So I will let you know that's the case, and that's why
That's fine.
my mentality changed on it very suddenly to we're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it. We're just gonna do it.
Learning is what?
Fundamental. No, wait.
Um,
Reading.
Bullet
Yeah,
cops
seeing
in
that,
this game.
Seeing that Pineapple is like get away, BJ is just gonna like go straight into sprint mode. BJ has
So the
30
second
feet of movement.
the second you step into the tunnel, the clown car kind of stops and like turns about, and the second that happens, you can see the tire start spinning, and the tunnel that you're in now starts to move pretty quickly. You then see Pineapple kind of laughing. He pulls out of the clown car 3 cardboard standees and throws them. And they fly out and land on the ground and start tumbling around in the tunnel. Once they hit the hat, which is moving and seems to be stuck to the tunnel, once it gets to a point where it's directly above like the ground, the hat drops. But so does a whole ass putty connected to the hat, who does a cool flip and he lands in the tunnel and starts doing like a sideways walk.
Also an explosion.
And then and then guitar solo, obviously.
So that was half my movement. Seeing that there's a putty now between me and Pineapple, Blade Blaster still in hand. Next 15 feet of movement, and during the course of that movement, Blade Blaster comes up, shoots at the putty.
Yeah.
So
You'll note that the standees,
Oh.
which I'm gonna notate here. This is kind of important.
here, I'm sorry. What's the What's the difficulty?
Hold on.
The standees are in danger of breaking.
And do I have specialization?
The standees are basically just tumbling about inside of the tunnel. And yeah, Micah, what you had said is if any kind of like things happen in this tunnelway, it's possible that they get damaged. They're also kind of, the way that they're not tumbling like flat, they're tumbling like side to side. So it's like you're literally watching these apparitions of these kids kind of like oscillating inside of the tunnel, like doing cartwheels and shit, and it's kind of blocking your line of sight.
That's my
beyond
gimmick.
Oh, okay. Well, I guess.
It's a wall of kids,
Right. So,
a top hat putty, and then behind that a clown car with a fucking clown. This game is stupid. I'm not even high. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so
But
confused.
John,
Isn't-
should you
isn't-
be high?
This game's awesome.
Isn't every world technically part of the unending spiral, John? Does that mean
That this is it. This app, Angel Grove, is a part of my campaign setting. Yes. Anywho, sorry,
this fucking clown's gonna show up on Friday, and I'm not gonna be okay with that?
Chad.
Yeah. Like, God damn it, Pineapple.
I threw a lot on you. I put a lot of emotional weight on you here.
It's okay. So, Blade Blaster in hand. I still got a free hand. So instead of shooting the putty, BJ's going to move forward and try to secure one of these cardboard cutouts.
Yeah, absolutely. So your action is grabbing the cardboard cutout. The first one that you see there, you again don't know them.
I think interacting with an object could be a free action.
it could,
right?
but I'm saying that doing it with these standees, which weigh a bit, is going
Has
to be
to
a
be. We're clarifying that has to be a stand. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
fair. I
So
just-
you're able to secure the standee, and you
Okay.
have it.
BJ has 3 free actions. One of those could be safely putting a weapon item away. So free action, put the Blade Blaster away.
Well, again, since you were kind of moving into the space and you didn't have your gun drawn, like I assume you put it away after the last fight, you never drew it. You would have ran
Okay.
up, and as you were reaching for it, kids started flying around, and then
Yeah.
Another thing too is, isn't there a way to use your free actions to add speed, like or movement rather?
yes, you can add 5 feet
For every
using
free
a
action.
free action. Yeah.
So the rest of my move speed would put me right about here.
Okay, well you
Or wait, no.
you just have to move
Well,
adjacent to it to grab the standee, so you'd be here to grab the blood.
Yeah, so it'd basically be like here, grab
Yeah.
the standee,
Yep.
and
You
then
can
end my
probably-
move.
you can drag
here.
it back 5 feet
You're
and
taking-
try and get it to safety.
You're taking the vulnerable cardboard piece into the
Right.
fight.
Wait a second. Hold on a second. So
And also,
That'd be
you're going to fight with a standee
1,
in your
2,
hand.
3, 15, 20,
Improvised
25.
weapon, man.
25, grab the stand. That's fucking hilarious. Just fucking like wing it at him.
It's like,
Yeah, so there's
got the
25
weight
feet
to
of movement.
This is
I
gonna be
grab
the last time
standee.
you're a ranger, but it'll work.
This is going to be 5 feet back. That's the rest of my movement.
You can spend a free
one of my
action.
free actions, another 5 feet of movement.
And if you want, you can slide the standee as a part of the action of grabbing it, because I'm more than happy to have it just be one smooth kind of maneuver. Slide it against the wall.
Okay, cool.
I'll let you do that slide against the wall if you have a free action left for that.
Yeah, I think I actually still have, even after sliding against the wall, I still have 1 left.
Okay. If you want to move 5 feet back into the tunnel, you can.
Oh, wait, no. Yeah, sorry. That extra 5 feet of movement would have been
Yeah.
my.
So
Cool. That's
running
it.
up, hand on blaster, doesn't grab the blade blaster, sees the situation unfold while the clown's laughing in the background, grabs a hold of the first standee, moves it over. Based on it, the way it looks and what you know from your data files, this appears to be Luca. Move it, place it over on the wall, turn.
Right. And then BJ says to the others, quick! We gotta secure these.
All the while, of course, just twisting a standee. I love this fucking game.
Yeah, it's like watching a very professional sous chef, except they're
As
flipping
soon as you
around
set the
like
standee
cardboard
down.
cutout.
There's another explosion in the back of the tunnel.
It's a professional sign spinner, is what it is.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the movement here.
absolutely.
It's a like sign,
Here.
like he spins it around and then flips it up in the air, catches it, swings it behind his back underneath a leg, and then places it behind the wall and poses.
$5 college student.
I think that's illegal in California too, man.
I just peed my pants.
Now I really want that refund.
Okay, Micah. Sorry, you are up. You are the one that is up.
Gosh. So I have a speed of 4, so that means I have 4 free actions.
Speed of 4, that means you have 2 free actions. You have your action, your movement, and then you have 2 free actions on top of that.
Gotcha. Okay. And so I can expend a free action to gain 5 extra movement points.
Correct.
All right.
System's actually growing on me.
I actually like the system. This module is just wonky.
Yeah, I would definitely want to write my own once I get more familiar with it. But yeah,
I like the math makes sense. You know what I mean?
it's pretty chill.
So, John, my first free action, I will use it to get 5 extra movement to get up to Maya Lopez.
Mhm.
I'll use my standard action to grab hold of her, cut out, and then I'll use my second free action to spin her around behind me.
Okay.
So someone else can try and get her out of the hallway.
Okay. So yeah, you're basically using your own body as cover. But what this is doing, just so you know, like you're not covering the entirety of her because she is a cutout, so she isn't as in the tunnel because you're kind of having the whole position. She isn't as crouched down, trying to maintain balance and fluid as an actual person would be. So there's very much just kind of like a person kind of blocking view beyond her. And then there's still, of course, Jin, who's still tumbling in the back.
Yeah.
All right. But what that means is Chris, you will not be able to move past Maya because you have to go through the cardboard standee to do so. Does that make sense?
If he's holding Maya as a standee, why can't he turn her?
Sideways?
Yeah.
Because, yeah, it just, like, holding her sideways would cause, like, I mean, I guess it's possible. It's just weird. Like,
Yeah, it just like grab her and
You're-
spin,
yeah,
give
but
her like
you're-
turn her.
You're tumbling,
90.
so when you're, like, tumbling, you
Yeah.
kind of want to hold yourself as wide as you can against the spin, not so much. But yeah, that's fine. If you want to do that, that's the case. Is that what you want to do, Tim? Or do you want to just hold her like you're...
No, I'm gonna do
No,
the most
you-
stable way possible because I'm not good at that kind of crap.
Cool. So since you're still
Okay.
in the tube, I forgot to say this. Since you're still inside of the tube at the end, go ahead and make an acrobatics roll.
All right. Well,
have-
I'm not avoiding what I wanted to
Because
avoid.
you're holding her, you have a snag.
Ooh.
Okay. I don't have a specialization, I believe. Let me just double
Difficulty
check.
value at this current speed of the tunnel is 10.
10, and I have a snag. Submit. Nope.
Ass over tea kettle, and you and Maya are now doing this. So even though Zach, Tim may have wanted to turn it that way, it eventually, in its spinning cycle, gets to, oh wow, that's kind of rad, because the color goes away when my face gets... But yeah, so now it's Blue Ranger and Tumbly Standy. Chris, sorry, you're up.
Yep. So we can make it to here.
Grab and
How
move.
does
Explosions
jumping
with every
work?
bounce.
Sorry, Andy, go ahead.
How does jumping work?
It's 10 feet high, so you can't really jump over the tumbling standee very well. If you want to dive through, you can, I guess.
My maximum jump
It's like 15 feet.
distance are tripled.
Yeah. I'm saying you can jump like 15 feet vertical. It's fine.
If you can move her out of the way,
Could I
then
pick her up and move her on the other
Yeah.
side of me?
So you're actually picking her up, and then as a free action, you can just deposit her on the wall.
And then could I take the rest of my movement?
Yeah.
Great. That's it.
Okay, go ahead and make an acrobatics roll.
Make an acrobatics roll.
You are not holding a standee, so you do not have a snag.
Okay. No skill shift. Difficulty.
10.
Snag, I
No,
guess.
no snag, no snag.
16, success.
Yep, you're able to kind of keep your feet moving. You don't fall over or anything.
Cool.
Okay, Drew, you're up.
All right,
pull out the cannon and shoot through the standing and kill the kid.
No, that's my other character in another game, John. That's not this one.
Fair.
I'm guessing with 30 speed and 3 free actions, I'm not going to be able to get up to the standee and get it
45
back.
feet.
You could use your standard action
You can get to it and grab it.
dash and get to it.
Well, you can get to it and grab it, and since you're grabbing it, you
and
can
spin it.
spin it
Yeah.
around you. Yeah.
Can I spin it? Can I spin, put it behind me, and then let go?
Throw?
I would say no. Because in earnest, holding it does grant this. I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's fine. I'll allow it. So zoo, and then plop, and then go ahead and make an acrobatics roll.
How about a performance roll to do sweet dance moves to stay moving on the platform?
You know what? I like the cut of your jib. Go for it.
That's actually pretty fucking great.
That's what the Black Ranger does, right?
Like,
That
yeah,
is-
do the fucking moonwalk.
I guess historically.
All right.
Failed terribly.
Oh, it rolls a 2.
Your b-boy skills are not enough to keep you on your feet.
Should have given me edge. That's rude as hell, but you know what? That's fine. Yeah.
I gave you the skill of your choice, Stamp. You asked me for the moon.
It just looks like some sweet breakdancing moves still. It's fine.
Except for the part where... Alex, you are up.
Okay. So Alex is actually gonna move to here. I'm gonna use 3 free actions to aim, and I'm going to take a contingency action as my standard action to fire my bow at the nearest target once the tunnel is clear for me to fire.
Sick. Alex done it. Goes to the clown. The clown runs away. All right. Next up is BJ.
BJ's going to move 5 feet here.
Okay.
Can I use a free action to take the standee and another free action to put it over by the Luca standee?
Because the standee's nature and their heft. Again, if it were just a
Oh,
cardboard standee,
right. So it could be action grab the standee.
slide it
Free
over
action.
on top of
Yeah.
Luca, and so that they're kind of like flat against each other on the wall there.
Okay.
And
So that's 5 feet of movement. I still have 25 feet of movement and 2 free actions. So I can do 35 feet of movement.
then,
Yeah, I'm just gonna move up on this putty.
You can
Okay.
move up and then use your last free action to pull your weapon out again, so you're armed and ready to go.
Yeah, but I'm gonna grab my power sword or whatever.
in response
there
to
you
you approaching the putty kind of slips back into kind of like a fighting
My
stance.
turbo blade.
The other thing you'll notice as you're running in is now that the car is not spinning its tires out, the tunnel is slowing down.
Cool.
So
Oh shit, I have 2 turbo blades. That's sick.
BJ done, Micah up.
Contingency action? No. Tunnel is now clear. Can I hit the putty?
Oh yeah, sorry, go for it.
Difficulty.
Difficulty is an 11. As you're kind of rushing in, you're like looking at the tunnel, looking at everything. The top hat putty is like dropping into a fighting stance, and then as a bolt sparks and it falls to the ground, there's now tumbling bits of clay inside of the space. Go ahead and make a. Sorry, I forgot to say, BJ, at the end of your turn, acrobatics. Difficulty value is 8. And Micah, you're on deck. Go ahead. You're prone, so getting up is going to be half of your movement. If you take a movement action, I think.
15 feet to stand up. It's
15
not
standard,
half.
okay.
It's just 15 feet.
So if you're faster
Alright.
than 30, then it's not.
Correct.
Got it.
All right, so I can use my 2 bonus actions and half my movement to stand up and go here. Is there anything special I can do for my standard action? Like, can I do another movement action?
You see, like the top portion of, or you ahead, you see that there's like a ball pit, some strange kind of ball pit, and no, that's not what that is. My brain's dumb. You see mirrors, so you don't really see much of anything beyond. Ball
Okay.
pit. What am I, stupid? I don't read the room.
But
Looks
instead
like a
of
ball pit.
standard action, I can use another bonus action.
Free action.
Free action, I mean.
Yeah, I would say you could turn a standard action into a free action. Seems fine.
So I can go 15 feet.
But you can use
additional.
your standard action to dash, which doubles your movement.
Oh yeah, we're gonna do that. All right. So it was 15. I started at the front of the tunnel, right?
From where you were, you could have gone another 30.
Okay.
All right. It's a hall of mirrors. It's a low lit, shadowy room. You can see like shadows, and you can actually see a mime and another putty patroller.
Guys, there's I found the mime and a putty patroller, but there's lots of mirrors.
Is also what you're hearing, because of course.
All right. Yeah.
Like I
that's
said,
my
Chris
turn.
up.
So I can make it to here, and you said that we could spend a free action for additional movement.
Yeah, 5 feet for your free action. You can also use your standard action to just double your movement.
Okay. I can get to here.
What's your speed?
30.
3. Oh no, your speed, not movement. If you
Oh,
use
3.
if you use your free action, your standard action, you can move 65.
Right, so that's what I just did.
Perfect.
I've moved 65.
Oh, that's a good question. Does the free action get doubled by the dash?
No, I was thinking the opposite. Didn't it say you can't use your free action to go beyond double your standard movement?
Oh, so then yeah, just one back.
I can't remember the wording. I'm looking. Give me a sec.
Okay, for now that's fine. I'll just let him be fast. Drew.
Yeah, no, it's not. That's not what it says. They can't. Someone cannot spend free actions on buying additional movement that would double one of their movement types.
Okay.
I'm gonna do a sweet windmill kick to get up off the ground.
Hell yeah.
Nice breakdance move, and then
Nice.
dash as my standard action and 3 reactions. So I think that would get me
That space that
45
you're
feet.
just about to
Yeah.
move to. Yeah, that's perfect. Drew done. Alex up.
Uh, I can get what would it be 60, and then 2 free actions to there.
Mhm.
Actually, 3rd free action to take one more step. No. You know what? I'm gonna take a 3rd free action to aim, and same deal contingency action if I see a target shoot.
Okay.
Oh no, can I aim without seeing a target? That's different. I could see the target last time. I'm not gonna aim. That doesn't make sense. I'm gonna move 5 more feet and then just contingency action shoot anything I see.
Cool.
Sorry.
So in the Hall of Mirrors,
Or no, I dashed. I can't do that. I'm an idiot. Don't listen to me. I dashed.
I can't stop.
Overthinking my play.
I can't stop listening because you keep talking. Those of you who are in here at the start of the initiative, it does sound like there's footfall like moving away from you. At the start of your turn, go ahead and make an alertness roll.
I guess. Oh, so this is before BJ's turn?
So yeah, at the start of your turn, BJ, when you start your turn is what I was saying. But we've got you there, Andy. I'll notate that. But BJ, since you're first on the docket, go ahead and make an alertness roll as you move into the room.
Okay. Boom, 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 boom. I don't think this is. How do I know if something is specialization?
Yeah, if I tell you, it's not.
Okay, that's fair. Difficulty?
random, so it's a variable rather. So just go ahead and roll it with a 10. I'll tell you what you get. Okay, so really good. So first thing you would note is that the mirrors, they look like they're solid glass, but not anything you can't break through. That said, you would also note that Pineapple's clown car has definitely driven through this room and onto the next room. The mirrors are definitely going to make it more difficult to track him, but he definitely had to spend a bit more time at it than you. And then lastly, there appears to be a mime in the mirroring, and it looks like it's pretending to be carrying something very massive. I can't show you hand gestures, but yeah.
Can I just, I don't know, I guess use my dash action and just plow straight forward through mirrors?
You can try.
To clarify, carrying something massive like a heavy hammer, or carrying something massive like his arms are
That.
out, like he's okay, got it.
But kind of like it's holding it off to the side, like it was trying to carry like trying to think of something like a massive pillow, like a body pillow.
Actually, I am going to use my action to dash, but I'm just going to move around the mirrors. So
Okay.
it's going to be 10
Micah?
feet there. Another 10 feet there,
Okay.
and I guess another 10 feet there. And oh, cool. I
All right.
see one there. So
What?
I'm going to draw, as a free action, draw my other turbo blade.
Mhm.
I don't believe I can combine dash with, or I can't combine sprint with free actions for extra movement.
Yes, you
Right.
I can or cannot?
What Zach said.
Oh, I can?
Yes.
Okay, so one free action to draw my other turbo blade, so I have 2 turbo blades, and then I have 2 more free actions, so I'm going to move another 10 feet.
Cool.
Go there. Ah, I found him! Over here, guys!
Okay. Micah done. Or Micah up. Sorry.
Which direction did Chad go again?
Great
He
question.
went to the right.
To the right.
Yeah, so I
okay.
went like here, and then I went this
No,
way.
stop.
Oh, well, luckily the other click
We
didn't
just
go.
saw him run around the corner to the right. That's the best I can do for
You saw
Micah.
it.
Just point that way.
You saw
Oh, man, I
everything.
wonder what they're seeing in the mirrors now that I'm over where I'm at.
You turkeys. You fucking Power Rangers.
Well, like I mean, I'm only basing this off of like I
Sure.
can move X amount, so I move in, and then 30 feet's right there. I'm gonna say, can I use a bonus action to check on the awareness, to see which
Yeah.
direction you went?
Well,
I
no,
can see his token,
I was
but I'm
giving that-
assuming I.
I was giving that one to you just at the start of you entering the place. Go ahead and make an alertness roll.
All right. Difficulty 10, you said?
I didn't say a difficulty, just 10's fine. Okay, so with that, you would know that the car might still be in here. You're not for certain. And you would know that the mirrors are breakable with that.
All right. So with my with the bonus action, I'll pull out my power hammer and smash whatever this is in front of me.
Okay, yeah, it breaks. Hold on.
All right, cool. So that was action, movement, bonus action. I have another bonus action, but I don't know what to use it on, so I'll just pass my turn.
Chris, and you're
5 feet of movement. I'll move slightly closer.
yeah, that would have made
There we
sense for the
Can
hitting.
move forward here. 5.
Oh, you're breaking through. Okay, yeah, you just jump through. That's fine.
Is that okay?
Yeah, absolutely, it's fine. That's raw as hell.
And then,
Red Ranger AF.
yeah, just go. And then I want to smack the mime.
Okay. As you kind of rush through, you kind of move into that position, and you'd actually notice as you're about to like wind up and swing that you're not looking at the mime right there. It seems like there's a reflection of the mime here, and that's actually like causing you to realize that it's not there; it's somewhere else.
Okay. Is there a mirror here?
No, there's not. It just seems like when you were moving up on it and kind of turning and looking that way and seeing the mime, you thought he was right there. But like
Yeah.
a trick of the mirrors, it's actually a mirror all the way over here that you saw that made you kind of think that he was right there with you.
Can I continue my turn then by taking more movement?
Yeah, are you turning to the left and looking at the clown patroller to your left, or are you looking elsewhere?
Yeah, sure. How about like right here?
As you're about to kind of like, you kind of, and then kind of look over at the clown patroller, and then and then you're like, what? And you realize that he's not there either, and it actually is another trick of the mirrors. He seems to be a reflection
Son of
over
a
there.
gun.
But as you're kind of looking over in that direction, you can hear where the sound's coming from. You hear the, and it seems like he's behind these mirrors over here on the left, and his reflection here is causing you to have seen him there for a second.
Okay, so could I continue my movement then?
Zach's like, I love it. You can continue your turn.
So I can make it to here, and that's doubling my movement. So I guess that's the end of my.
It's kind of like a,
So as a free action, could I just like taunt him or something?
yeah. I mean, it doesn't do anything, but yeah, you're like,
Crush you, sure. You know,
fair enough. Drew, you're up.
Tyrannosaurus.
You see broken
Wax.
glass as Red Rangers flies through it, and you would know that the glass is breakable, and that pineapple is possibly still in this area.
Okay, let's start with some movement forward, I guess. What is in front of me at this point? I still have like 5 to 10 feet.
You can
but it's
go
not.
through that mirror. Well, you can break the mirror. You can go through the mirror if you want to. Do you want to do that?
Sure.
All right. So you go through this one on the center there, just breaking right through all of it.
See the edge of a token there.
You kind of see like the last few seconds of the Red Ranger heading this way, and you can see that there's a reflection here, but you know it's a reflection.
Can I not see that other token
On the
next to?
You can see both of them now. You see here, and you see here.
I will take a blaster shot at the mime with my remaining action.
Did you? You moved a lot. Did you dash?
That was my full set of free actions. That
Oh,
was 45 because I've got
okay.
3
Cool.
free actions.
Yeah. Then you do have an action. You're taking a shot at the
Alright.
mime, you said?
Yeah.
Okay.
once I click through these 12 pop-ups.
All right. Yeah, that'll hit. And once again, the cool ass mime that I want to fight with dies immediately. Son of a bitch. Cool. Then we go to Alex.
Sorry, I forgot. Yeah.
See, yeah.
30 to there.
Mhm.
Free action. Okay. Free action. I can see that.
It looks like Chris is already on it.
Okay.
I kind of want to see Handy kill something with a weapon, a melee weapon. Everybody keeps shooting.
That would be
everything.
nice.
This is a mirror in front of me.
You bet.
Can I just shoot that and try and break it with the bow?
Absolutely.
Do I need to roll for that?
No.
Okay. Or because does that count as an auto success?
You shoot
Cool.
it. As you break it out, you can see on the other side the little clown car. Looks like it's getting ready to go over this weird looking or go through rather, this weird looking kind of space that it's filled with like water noodles or pool noodles, and the pool noodles appear to be kind of like moving, like something's kind of blowing them about.
Got it.
Okay, and then on his turn, he's gonna just whoop through there. BJ, you're up. And do you call that out, Alex?
Oh yeah. There he goes through there.
All right. 25 feet. Pauses a moment to kind of consider what they're looking at and how best to navigate it. So I guess could I use my action to sort of figure out how best to move through here?
Yeah, absolutely. The kind of like weird pool noodly things seem to be hanging from the ceiling, and they're swinging, and they look like they have a bit of weight to them. You can go through. It looks like it's a timing situation. If you don't want to get hit by them, it looks like he just pulled on through. If you want to see if now is the turn that you would be able to go through, roll a d4. Before you roll that d4, pick a number between 1 and 4. And if it's the number, then the bags won't hit you.
Are there any points I can spend to influence that roll?
Yeah, I'll let you spend PowerPoint to augment it and choose choose one result. And if it's not that result, it's time. It makes sense. I just said it weird.
Okay.
Normal,
I will do that.
Okay, you're spending a PowerPoint and you're going to...
Right. I still have 5 feet of movement. I still have my 3 actions. So I guess if I time it right, I can move 20.
Yeah, absolutely. So you're going to spend a PowerPoint, roll a d4, but before you do, pick a number. And if it is that number, then the bags are swinging now.
Okay, cool. I'm going to pick 2. And then I'm going to roll 1d4. Cool.
Okay, so it's not that number, so I'm going to go ahead and just move the lighting here.
Yeah. So you watch as like BJ like walks up to the noodles and kind of pauses for a moment and is doing this weird like side to side thing, and then like kind of dashes through. Actually, I still have my action.
Okay. Now what
so
you see as you kind of make your way through is a pineapple getting out of the car and a cardboard standee of pineapple standing on this suspension bridge over a ball pit.
What the fuck?
It looks like more of those, or it looks like larger swinging bags, very massive swinging bags, are kind of up there.
If I move here to like the end, I'd still be inside these bags, but would I have like a clear line of sight to what's his face?
Well, you wouldn't want to be in there because they're kind of swinging around. So if you get stuck in there, it's going to do something to you.
All right, yeah. Then I'll just use my action to sprint through and end up here.
All right. So yeah, he's getting out of the clown car, that's it. You kind of get right up to him. Micah, you're up.
End of the road, pineapple.
Oh, you think so? Looks like there's plenty of road to go.
All right. Yeah, I'll spend an action to try and dash through these bobbly things.
Okay. Yeah, since it's already been keyed that this is the turn, so.
All
Nice.
right. And then as a both my free actions, I'll stow my power blaster and bring out my power hammer.
Cool. Chris, we might get to see you actually melee something.
Yeah, is this one right here still standing, right?
Nobody shot him.
Thank you.
And I
Thank you.
Good for you, fearless leader.
I forgot to attack you with him, so that's fine.
Go ahead, do it.
Yeah,
Not a mime. He doesn't care.
I will throw a putty attack against you because fuck it. Putty patroller. That's the wrong one.
Kills his level 1 ranger.
He wouldn't die. He would just get pushed out of his.
I have toughness.
Right, you get
+4.
pushed out of your suit, knocked unconscious with 1 health remaining.
What's your evasion? Or
My
no,
evasion.
what's your toughness? Sorry.
+4.
Toughness. It's the number below that.
Hold on.
Like underneath strength, it says toughness and
Oh,
then a number.
17.
Okay. He and it like hits you, but it's a metal plank sound that like when Power Rangers get hit and they aren't like damaged.
Nice.
But yeah, your attack back.
Great. We're gonna.
Difficulty is 11.
Okay. Bing.
Hit.
We did it.
You break it into pieces. Just done and done, and then movement.
Yeah. I think I could do that, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then the free action movement or no?
Yeah, if you want to spend a free action to move 5 more feet, you can.
Okay, cool. Right there.
Okay, and the bags are swinging, so you end your space there. Go ahead and make a. Your toughness is 17. Don't worry about it. You get hit by the bags and it doesn't do anything.
Thanks.
This guy running through mirrors, just hanking the fucking obstacles.
Drew,
Love it.
you're
Perfect.
up next.
All right, I'm gonna move 40 feet to there with my movement and 2 free actions.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm gonna shoot pineapple.
All right. With the cannon.
Sure.
Spins his axe around and it's a gun now. Difficulty value on pineapple is
Looks
11.
like I stiffed one down for it being a gun now.
Yep. 11 to hit him.
God.
Boom! It shoots. It hits the back end of the little car, causing it to fly over. It loses all of the cardboard people kind of onto the bridge, so none of them appear to kind of fall out. But the car itself flies out, and you also see the bolt passing by clips the railing on the bridge, and it looks like the cardboard standee of pineapple's kind of leaning on that, and it topples over and just falls off into the ball pit. And then, Alex, you're up.
So I can do the same
Yep.
to get to there. 30
Oh,
feet
shit, that's
plus
the real
2 free
pineapple.
actions. Last free action to aim. I'm going to spend another personal power point to volley shot and fire 2 shots.
Okay. The one that's in the ball pit's not visible, but you can shoot the same one twice. I assume that's true. Go ahead.
Yeah.
If you can't, you can now.
Difficulty's 11, correct?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then the second shot. All right, yeah, both hit. So boom, boom, you hit him, and he kind of like, oh, and as he gets hit by the second shot and kind of like steps back, you then watch as he stops moving, and it's like one of those weird kind of like videos where you're watching it and like they shift perspective or like change what you're actually looking at, and instead of looking at pineapple, you're looking at a cardboard standee of pineapple that's looking like he's reacting to you having shot him. Then you hear a come from the ball pit, and you see the standee that's in there become 3-dimensional and start sinking into the ball pit. And as it does so, the legs kind of droop down and disappear into the ball pit, and then tentacles start to kind of flare out from that point of the ball pit. And as they begin to do so, you then see a massive monster blossom out of the ball pit, tentacles flaring around, and the whole thing is laughing like a multitude of clowns. Because of the time, The boss fight would last a couple of minutes here, or a bit longer than I'm willing to kind of proceed on. So what happens is, as you fight him, you all jump back, put your weapons together, shoot him. He's knocked out of the back of the fun house. Then you hear, "Magic wand, make my monster grow!" And then it's thrown down to the earth from the moon in seconds. It grows to the size of a skyscraper. You all jump into your Zords, which don't do anything on their own, but then turn into a massive Megazord. You fight for a couple of seconds, and then you draw out the sword and throw the magic blade that kills him at the end. And Rita Repulsa's plan is foiled.
I thought we said nobody dies in Power Rangers.
Nobody died. That's not a person. That's not a person.
Are you saying clowns aren't people, John?
Yeah, that's
We
We made it
exactly what
through
he
3
said.
hours without getting canceled, and then you're going to end with that?
I'm gonna be completely honest. I'm surprised we got as far as we did, and I appreciate the run. There's definitely a lot I need to learn about the Essence RPG or Essence D20 system, or Essence 20, whatever they call it. It's pretty good. I'm not opposed to it. There are a lot of things Roll20 kind of mechanically does strange, factoring in kind of like the difficulty value, instead of it just being something that's kind of hidden away. I can get why that would be the case, but yeah, all in all, good system. Really enjoyed it. Would like to try it again sometime with like my own kind of scripted material. But yeah, thanks for watching those that did, and thank you Patreon patrons. I really appreciate your support, and I really appreciate whoever gifted me the book. It's all sorts of fun. I do want to do another Power Rangers one shot in the future, or maybe a couple of shots, depends on. I have a plan. I know what I want to do, but yeah. Thanks for watching those that did. Stopping the
Go
stream.
Power Rangers.